All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are live. A very wild start to the morning. The non-farm payrolls came in better than expected, so that eliminated a lot of the overhang of the fear with the jobs, and we've talked about So we've talked about that. Given everyone's been waiting for the Doge cuts, and then if oil and everything else, with the weakened job market, that wouldn't look good. But actually, it ended up being fine, and then you woke up with news of a China rumor or good positive China talks, and then even right around here, you had a White House advisor to Donald Trump say that he expects a China deal soon, believe it or not. So this is what we talked about yesterday. I thought this rumor would come back around, and it was a mix of rumor, a little bit of White House confirmation. We'll probably get more, and then so far, this could potentially be our 9th one, man. So we'll see. Oh, Jay Taylor. Oh, we were just talking about you, Jay Taylor. You know that? Jay Taylor, I'm very excited for you. You made me happy yesterday in the most non-creepiest way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it. A little bit more, this turns into some Diddy shit because I'm like, I was thinking about this 19-year-old and he made me happy. I'm not going to go like that, but I'm just saying you inspired me, and I hope other people get inspired by you doing good. But then again, too, I hope you're not like an overhyped first-round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? You might just be so excited, but we'll see in like 6 months. That's welcome to long-term life. But either way, Chad, we are here. God bless America. I hope y'all feeling good. Shout out to the vets. We've gone over the news and everything. What is your first play of the day? Carney and Trump to meet at White House on Tuesday. Well, there you go. But, Chad, what do you got for plays, baby? What do you have for plays? So I'm going to be watching a couple. I got Reddit, Twilio, Take-Two, Meta, Google, K-Web. We even had K-Webs from yesterday as well. So we will see. Notax. What up, baby? Oh, yeah, Twitch. That's a secret stock trading cult. Be careful. Be careful. UVXY puts, Reddit calls, NVO, Eli Lilly, SPY calls, Reddit, NVIDIA, PBR shares, SoFi calls, long-term and chill, 115 AEP, SPY puts, MO16, Dabble, the Bible calls, Amazon, AMD, call 225, Amazon, BAB, Palantir, hitting, BDX, LDOS, IonQ, GLD put, 116, Caterpillar puts, Tesla calls, ADM, NQ long, calls on listening, KWAB, and the final plays. Apple put, Carvana, Josh plays, UNH, more Celsius, Baba on the pullback. Calls on the Colt, and Apple calls. Let's go, baby. All right, we got 1 minute. We got 1 minute and 30. So yeah, I think it'll be chill. Like we talked about though yesterday. I think yesterday we didn't move intraday. So I'll just tell all of you right now. There is one. I don't know how to track it though. There is only one key level that matters. Okay. 5,700 is all that matters. Right here. You see this? We got close to it. 5,700 on the SPX. I think it's 575 on the SPY. So you're either going to get through that or not. And if you don't get through it, we'll have more stuff to deal with by the weekend. And then if you hit it and come down, that might just be it. So, but that is going to be a key level to watch here if you're looking for the momentum, the technical, or whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we are still vulnerable to any headline, rumor, all of that. Don't get too jumpy. Like I said, don't let me influence you. I'm going to call out some shit. I'll give you guys some info. I'll tell you what I see with premiums, but use it to make a decision you already wanted to, okay? Do not let me influence you. Don't let my loudness or whatever get you off your game. So I want to help. Don't let it hurt. Let's have a good one. Call it out. You got 15 seconds. And shout out the bets. Let's go. All right. Guys, I didn't even have to go to the bathroom, bro. Fucked it. I'm ready. Round one. Fight. All right. Yeah, you had the Canada comment, too. So, Canada, Carney on Tuesday. I'll look at this. I already got rid of all the damn SPY calls. I wish if we had more time, that would have been great. Oh, service now. Again, watch Apple, Amazon. XYZ was a terrible earnings. So Square has a lot of downside there. NVO is just moving on the hype. I haven't really had too good of luck on NVO calls. But there is, again, the World Health Organization. It could also benefit Eli Lilly as well. So watch out for that. All right, bam. You're only up by 0.8. Actually, the SPY is doing better. So SPY is doing a little bit better than the NASDAQ to start out. Very fascinating. Oh, not going to film. J Powell did not speak, no. Play posted. Well, I haven't confirmed it yet, Ione, so don't get too ahead of it, but otherwise, because I don't know how to, like, organize it. That's my problem. So, but don't give them FOMO for something we haven't, like, fully finalized, please. Thank you. RGTI. I don't know. Powell's next week, May 9th. If Fed sees 4.3 as restrictive, they don't care. But yeah, I mean, again, we've seen a lot of tightening of conditions and all that, and the Fed has had interesting reactions. You know, that used to be a main focus, and then it's not. Oh yeah, the K-Webs are up 60%. Oh shit, the other ones. I don't know if they'll let that fill, but you can make the K-Web free. Again, K-Web's a hard one. We've hit a couple K-Webs this year. You know, it'll go up a lot, and then the day it doesn't move, it gets clapped. So keep that in mind. The Reddits didn't move. The Reddits, they widened the spread, but then again, Reddit is negative now. That was up 30. I don't like Block at all. I'm much more happier I have PayPal, and I'm still like up or barely negative on PayPal, but yeah, I think Square did really bad. I think I saw people yesterday were willing, they're willing to like, they're willing to sell it, bro. They were just not down with it at all. I'll get you the report here, but and then those K-Webs are going. So like I'm saying, either make that shit free or ride it, but like don't be a little crybaby. K-Web is hard. You know what I'm saying? K-Webs you only hit if you prepare good and it hits. You see what I'm saying? So once K-Web starts moving or stops, the premiums start to tighten up a little bit. So be mindful of that. Bezos. All right, Apple. Well, let's see your boy Amazon. And then watch Twilio and who's the other? I think it was Twilio. And then even fucking Take-Two, bro. They delayed Grand Theft Auto, if you guys didn't know. And some of you were like, oh, Grand Theft Auto. But then the stock is down 9%. Okay, Amazon's coming down. We're still up, man. Russell is leading. So literally, I think it's because of earnings, because of Apple and Amazon. But your NASDAQ is the lowest one on the day right now. That's kind of crazy. Apple. I forgot about TMC. T-Mobile on the low. S&P set to erase losses since April 2nd. Boeing on the high? No fucking way. Literally at the same time? Oh, dude. Happy Friday, Peach Nation. Oh, no. Oh, the Peach. That's crazy, bro. I see Boeing rip on the high. And sure enough, oh my goodness, like a bat call, dude. Dang, Boeing's even at the high. All right, well, let's see. I would look at a Boeing play, actually. This could get interesting. You think this is a game? You think this is a game? Okay. Yeah, I did it. Not a recommendation. Mm-hmm. Six Flags shutting down all U.S. operations? Oh, no way. I don't like roller coasters like that. Okay, SPY moving. Oh, who is it? I want like I told you, that SPY level I think is going to be kind of key, but oh, no way. Okay, well, I have a pure lotto. That's kind of nuts. It's too early, though. So those SPY levels I was telling you, man, they're dirt cheap, but I don't know if you're going to hit that today. With the right rumor, the right confirmation from Trump. Again, that China deal with that lurking, and then Apple's not moving. Tesla dripping. Long term up. Woo! NVO. Yeah, NVO, again, NVO's up. It was up 7, and that's going to sell off. I mean, it's literally what it did yesterday. They're coming down now. Where is it? What's the date today? The 2nd? No way. Oh, they already gapped them up. That's why. So not bad. There's plays dirt cheap if you want the short term, but then without XYZ popping. Reddit below the 200-day. Bitcoin, again. Amazon on the low. I think we might have to fill the gap. Remember, I don't even think we filled yesterday's gap either. Yeah, you have a long way, Habibi. Long way. You know market like to do that. NQ dropping. Again, NASDAQ, just because of Amazon and Apple. China's up because they're saying positive talks. I mean, that's kind of what we were expecting. You know, we had rumors circulating, and then you got a little bit more confirmation of that earlier. I got one. We're going to just watch this one. It's going to lead into the next couple of days. But I have a sweet spot. I already told you guys it in the morning if you were listening. So I'm doing something around there. Keeping it small for now. I mean, long story short, if you like my timing, I think you either could have a move now. The only problem, some premiums are still holding the gap, or we're going to do like 3/4 of a gap fill, and then that'll be the move. So it's either right now or this is all bullshit, gap fill, and then we go. SBSW. White House advisor Moran says GDP data shows investments surge 22%. I mean, that's literally what, what's his name said? Yeah, SSBW, 10 more critical projects. So something, SBSW, something with the White House. I don't know if it's directly them. Is it? They won the deal? And that could be good. So some of the premiums are already jacked. Just be careful on that. Yeah, that's the only problem. Or just go shares. $40. Yeah, they win White House deal. Yeah, they're already up 80. That's the thing. So they have to take round 2 to like go really crazy. Could be decent. Or look for spreads. And then Google's running up. There's NVO again. SBSW. Could be a hype play, but C. Market likes the material deals, but market also likes these stocks when it goes down. Like, so if the market starts selling off, these are the ones that'll get the bid. Okay. We're just chilling here. Yeah, you just have that little pop and lock. Okay, this Mr. Spy. 21-year record. No, I think we've had it. Remember, was it after the banking crisis? I think we did like 15 days in a row. So I think 2022 or 2023. But 9 days is a crazy record. You don't really do it too often. And then anything, I think, after like 12 or 14, that'd be, remember that? I think it was just recently we had that every day was green. Ooh, we're breaking out. EW, Edwards Life Sciences. And that's like a medical value play. Are they still down? No, they kind of recovered. And then SPY just holding VWAP. Another Baba. I like it. Where is Baba? CFLT Oracle. Why is Oracle moving like that? Habibi. Okay, SPY red, Oracle green. Couple of other names going up. My thoughts on Square for the long term. You woke up early, but not early enough. That's my thoughts. So good morning. Good morning. See if Oracle, if there's any other deal related to it. That one's interesting. Oh, I haven't looked at the in the money, out the monies yet. Fuck. I forgot. All right, I found some one centers. Never, yeah. Okay, SPY still chilling there. Well, yeah, we got to see the, what's it called? The in the money, out the money. Remember yesterday, as we were starting to go up, there would be that lag. So that's what we're going to look for. What is that in the bottom right? That's EW still. And then Okta, Crowd. Tesla, Dell, Pony on the high. And then Walmart. Companies, financials. We got a ton of old videos. Like old fundamental videos or even like Investopedia, and just learn how to read a balance sheet. I really think that's just a good skill in life to have. But starts with there. But then everybody, so after you like get the foundation, everybody kind of has their own twist to it. You know, there's many, many different ways of analyzing fundamentals and finances, from analyst to even like an accountant. Health Canada, GOP News. Dude, I just know your boy NVO went on a tear this week. Whatever they did, bro, they went through HIMSS, CVS, all the way down to the World Health Organization, bro. I was tripping. SMR on the high. Yo, New Scale. Why does New Scale look like it's probably part of one of those deals? What was that other one? SBSW? Your twins born? Oh, you had kids? You had twins? Oh, congrats, bro. That's wild. Happy birthday to them. Eli Lilly on the high, Tesla on the low. So Tesla's selling, Eli Lilly with a pop, a couple material plays moving. Where is it? Yeah, SBSW. That one just had terrible. Yeah, it's not moving. But watch New Scale. And then any of the other, like, energy material ones. Yeah, because MP's still up there, too. That one ran earlier. And then SPY going lower. Dexcom on the high. That's medical. So interesting. We have any other data? Not really. I don't believe so. You might hear just White House stuff, but... yeah, no consumer sentiment. You'll get a vehicle sales, but those already came out. Pony vertical, yeah, we saw that a second ago. That one does that. I have no idea what it is. I've seen it just run like this several times. You'll get factory orders, but I don't think that's gonna like do anything. Let's see. Amazon on the low. I haven't even looked at Apple, Meta, Google yet. But like I said, so watch SBSW now. Like I was telling you, if we start going down, watch if these small caps start to run. But this one's actually still up, but getting clobbed. NVIDIA, oil dumping. Yeah, CYTK, they delayed their PDUFA. So that wasn't good. Why does TLT look disgusting? Dude, TLT looks disgusting. This don't even look normal, bro. What is this? ALHC on the low. Again, SPY going down. Like we said, it's either the gap fill or you move there. So if we start to break, I think we'll give back a little bit of this, and then you either make the test or not. But you got close, 56.70, bro. Now that I think about it, you were like right there. It's Robo Trucks. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. It says Pony AI. So Dollar Tree on the high. I think DG started to move too. Where's Staples at? Staples are actually holding up. I mean, everything is technically green. Russell's leading 1-4. Again, bonds, they're getting a bid. SPY going lower. Robinhood on the high. So, again, that's post-earnings. NVO. Spotify, too. NVO, yeah, they're all the GLPs are killing it. And then Reddit reverse. Reddit's moved 30% pre-market till now. Yo, Microsoft. Oh, why did that look so aggressive? Bro, it says Microsoft popped $1. It's not showing up on the chart. And then Oracle. My goodness. Xbox raising prices. No. What do you mean? I have to pay no, I need a 7-year-old console. What do you mean they're going to raise prices because of tariffs? How will I ever acquire an Xbox now? What do you mean? What do you mean? Half a decade old electronics. I got it. Oh, man, what will I do? But no, but in all seriousness, though, we are getting closer to that whole, like, May shipping thing. So we got to see. But, yeah, I'm not fucking Xbox. All right, Spy, still going lower. You had a couple of random pops there. I feel like this move. So, look, the gap fill is going to allow tech to get a bid. Because remember, tech is underperforming everything. We're going to probably get close to gap fill, and if it does bounce, you're going to watch the NASDAQ get closer to the indexes. Mexican president says conditions are being achieved with respect to U.S. tariffs, pointing to auto part exemption. All right. Next week's, I mean, that's where it starts. So pretty much people were expecting the shipping delays and the whole China embargo thing pretty much from May, and like week by week we're going to get details. But I wouldn't say next week is the set all be all, but that's kind of the first door of Pandora's box, or maybe Pandora's house. But that's at least in my opinion. Again, SPY still flushing lower. We haven't given it all up yet, but this is what I'm saying. Even put on the stream alert. Just get ready. It's either we do this little gap fill thing or not, but I think you're getting more of that. U.S. Energy Department lists regulations on miscellaneous gas products. This weekend starts panic, and it'll max in 10 days. Yeah, I think I think maybe longer than 10 days, but this weekend is going to be like, again, the first door of the supply chain, trade, ports, all that. But if we hear this deal or goes up bad for 1 or 2 days and then deal, that's it. But they were talking about it this morning. You know, the Port of LA guy, he was just saying how you can't just turn it on and off. You know, that is the problem already, is like once the ships stop, it's not like you just get them going, you know? So we'll see. It's very different than COVID. That's the weird part. This isn't like it's a different level of fear, and you know, some people are still buying, some are making the smarter decision to wait it out if they can, but it is still just, you know, stop and go traffic, but on the sea, and that's not really good and feasible, and you can't really do that in the ocean. Well, at least the shipping part of that aspect. Okay, Microsoft again, XYZ 2. NVO is killing. Isn't it great, bro? I think we got a good combo. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me we bought Ozempic on the low, but then we pair traded it with fucking Papa John's? This is genius, bro. I love it. So I'm glad I didn't buy too much Papa John's, but I love it. That's it. I feel bad, though, because we make money if they eat pizza, and then we make money if they go and have to get the shot because the pizza. But it's a good pair trade. But it's 15. You're 15% too late. Do not try this at home. Do not try this at home. Josh is the market maker. Nah, I talked y'all through it. I let y'all know. I told you my emotions. I said, I don't know what's happening. I got to do it. So, yeah, bro, I don't know what to tell you. I always see him talking, but I never seen him buy the lows. That's what my uncle told me. You know that? My uncle told me that one day. He says, I always see him talking, but I never seen him buy the lows. So you got to buy a low one day if it's right in front of you. That's it. The moment. Even then, though, you know what I hate about all of this? Is that we got good pickups. Things feel good. But, like, I hate that this is either going to lead into, like, an annoying bear market rally for some, like we talked about on the watch list. Or all of this, again, it could be snap of a fingers. It's over. And, like, we could be right back down playing this game of what's the deal? Yeah, CoreWeave holding up very good. And then Meta's starting to wake up. Yeah, Meta's breaking out now, at least for the day. ANET, again, CoreWeave, any of those CapEx spends, they did a little bit better. ASTS. UNH could be good. I prefer Humana because it's cheaper, but UNH is the best quality in that industry. Albeit, I mean, this is going to sound very insensitive, but UNH was so good at what they do that somebody killed the CEO. So they were the top insurer in that, for, at least for Wall Street. But Humana is the one with deep value in the health insurance space. But either way, I think they're both. It's up to you. Damn. What? I'm the bad guy? Did I kill him? No. I'm not the one, dude. You see me? Did I fucking walk up and do it? I didn't do shit. I'm just telling you where they stand financially. Oh, Josh is the bad guy, though, huh? I think there will be another chance to buy long-term. And here's the deal. I was looking at it, man. It's amazing. What we have done is, God is good, bro. Finger to the sky, and I do hope a lot of you, just more word to preparation, planning, preparing. Oh, shit. Did my computer freeze again? But, because if you do that, you'll be good. But I was just looking at it, man. We have a lot of, like, even just silent, crazy runners. Yeah, this is nuts. So, like, look, dude, 15% year to date. I don't think they could handle this. I don't think you're ready for this long term. I don't think you're ready for this. So that's amazing. Again, in one of the worst, biggest rebounds in the world, one of the worst markets in the world, one of the worst starts to a presidency. You could go down the fucking list. To be up 15% is wicked. But how did we do that? We did that. No, this is not including deposits. That is pure gain off of what we picked. So the account goes up with deposits, but oh no, my brother. That one's just money. And again, the other big account is at like 10 or 11. This one has an extra 5% because of Spotify and some other ones. And then again, we just snagged another 15% in a day, in 5 days. So that God is good. I'll take it. Maybe we're lucky. Maybe we were prepared. I don't know. I'll let you decide. But the thing, especially, hear me out. If you're a real one in here, and you're like, man, if you didn't buy that dip, and you're like, all right, I have FOMO. How did we get here? We got here through stock picking, sadly. Everybody wants the index. Everybody wanted NVIDIA. What did we do? We let the world do whatever the fuck they wanted, and we went and bought our value. Again, our Babas, our 3Ms, Ubers when they're down too. And again, all the names we just snagged. So you have to go individual, and you have to just find the value. So do I think you'll get another dip buying opportunity? 1,000,000%. You see how easily the market goes from all is well to, oh my God, everything's going to get destroyed. And in 1 week, now they're like, oh my God, did we miss the bottom? Oh my gosh, everything's good. So you got to think about it. Yeah, factory data minus 0.2 or 4.3 versus 4.3. I have another one saying 4.5. I don't think that data is going to move us. Yeah, bonds are already pinned. So you got to just pick the right names, and we got to go little by little. But I definitely think the next year, what's going to happen again, everybody's going to get crowded into another trade idea. You see what I'm saying? And then we're going to buy the ones they don't want that are high quality. So I think you guys are going to have a lot of opportunities. And if you don't have cash, you stack up that cash. That's the good part. But if you have a lot of cash, you need to start, I've been saying it forever, you need to start snagging the value. You need to start snagging the good quality plays that are down. Again, I like right now, even in all of this, I'm mad that they're up. Like, I'm mad that they came up. But Whirlpool looks amazing. Divvy, there might cut the divvy. That's what I'm scared of. There is divvy cut in play. So watch out for that. Other than that, Nike. But then Nike's up 10% from the bottom. That's what I don't like. But these are two plays I'm down 20% on, and my ideas on them have not changed. I like them. I just saw another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I would have bought Nike and other things. We had new prices when Nike was there. NVO was like low. That's why we snagged it. Again, pizza, it was 10% lower there. So meanwhile, Nike was already low and just staying pinned. UPS too. I don't own UPS though yet, but that's another one as well. And but I have names I still own and I like them. I want to buy them. So that's where my eyes are at. But remember, I'm still in cash mode. That's it. You guys just saw it. I want cash. I've been trying to get cash. That's why I told you I was ashamed, but it just got too bad. I was like, dude, I'm not going to sit here with fucking 20% down and not buy anything. It was just, there was too good of deals, but I didn't want to do that. So we're just back to cash build now until one of these opportunities comes our way. So I am looking at names like that and the ones in our portfolio, but just remember this, in a weird way, the more volatility we get, this is going to turn into a stock pickers market. And that's why, and that's kind of what happened. Because if you were part of the crowd, you got burned. That's it. And then if you had the right picks, you're running it right now. So that's all we got to do. Be patient. Don't let any of this bullshit FOMO get to you. Again, we called the He Is Risen rally. A lot of this stuff, we could telegraph it. It's just emotional. So do not rush, just like we talked about with real estate and stocks. As long as you don't rush, we're going to be good. And I think there is a plethora of opportunities. So let's get it. Palantir Parabolic. TEM, Palant, all of them. Yeah, SPY's back up, but what did I tell you? It could still go down more, but now NASDAQ is matched up with SPY and Dow. That was the whole point. NASDAQ was underperforming heavy, drops you down. Russell's now the leader, but now NASDAQ's leading SPY and Dow. So that was just all to flip the leadership. Hood, bro. I keep seeing Hood. I think that like I said, that 5,700 is important. 5,700 SPX. I don't know the price on the SPY. That's my only problem. That's what I was saying this morning. This is you get 5,700, that takes you right back up to right around here. Then you could overshoot 57.14. But look, you've hit this many times. So, and then 58, if you get past 58.45, 5,800, I don't think you're going to do that today. But if you do, that will be the setup for the most hated rally. So if you get 5,700, we dance around, things are all right. But if you get above 5,800 way too soon by next week, motherfuckers are going to start squeezing it and start saying, oh my God, I missed the bottom. And then we'll see, depending on the news, the deals, all that. So yeah, God bless America. But shout out the long term, bro. VRT. Oh, I swear they had a headline earlier. Oil falls to intraday lows after OPEC cut. Microsoft again. Dude, it's up 3. Remember, it did have 8% yesterday. I did see that, but why are you telling me that at 6 in the morning? Okay, enjoy your Friday. next week. I need you on topic. So if you guys get me in the weird conversations, you get banned. Okay, I don't want to focus. Focus. Qualcomm. That was a weird one too for earnings. And Yang, China's selling. I don't know where those K-Webs are, but K-Web's still up 3. IRM. You could ask a long-term question, of course. Of course. But if you do know the answer to it, I will judge you. I will. I'll be like, wait, I think he knows the answer. It's odd that he would ask me that, so I hope it's a good one. Chamanda. Spy's still at the high, trying to move up. Trump's fiscal 26 budget would increase defense spending by 13%. Not financial advice, you get one. But why not post your play, though? You know what I'm saying? That's why. Like, that comment is very hoey. And I mean that respectfully. I don't want to bother you. I'm not trying to make you mad. But in the business world, somebody who tries to edge you like that without telling you their move, that's a very hoey move. So if you think it's a good idea to get a spy post the play that you did. And that way it has a lot more meaning. I don't know if it's in the money or out the money. We haven't really had a big pop or not yet. I did get out the money earlier, but that's for a different idea. Let's see. So no, it's about the same. They'll drop a hard landing? Oh, no. No. The shitty part about what we went through is that was just the stock market. That's what I was telling you guys. You don't remember me saying that the irony of all of this is that the people really getting affected is rich people. I was saying that from the beginning. I was like, it's funny that I'm watching people try to say this is affecting mom and pop. It's not. Everyone's 401k is even back up. This was annoying the rich people with money and bigger corporations. Some small companies did struggle, but especially the people with money, they got there. But this wasn't, the economy did not stop. It was just equity prices. People freaked you out. That's genuinely, I think what Trump did warranted a legitimate amount of fear. But I also believe at the same time, the media and a lot of people on Wall Street, for their own benefit, I think they were all underpositioned. I think they blew it out of proportion, and they got people to do that. But I've been saying for the months, Main Street has not hard data is through the roof. So there's no hard landing. That's why everybody keeps looking at the jobs report as a crystal ball, because once you get the jobs actually dropping, then we could talk about the economy slowing down. Until then, the Fed won't even discuss it, let alone many other people. But that is the thing, man. So we will see. Bible question, unfortunately, you got to save it to Philo, my friend. So you should have just bought a membership instead of having us be off topic. Because again, I'm not a church. I'm not a pastor. And don't tell your Bible group that you listen to a guy who says fuck a lot and you asked him for the Bible stuff during market hours. So don't gamble, and remember what the Lord says about that and being wise. But this isn't the time for that right now. We will at 10 a.m. So there you go. Yeah, I'll see you at Philo. Amen. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think Main Street has been affected. And I think a lot of this was blown. If you didn't watch the watch list, we went over a lot of the fallacies. And like I said, there is Donald Trump does not, what he did, the tariffs, how he did it, the botched rollout, the high rate. I'm not saying those are good things. I think those warranted fear, but I think people took advantage of it, and I think people really used it as an opportunity to blow it out of proportion and benefit off of it. And that's why. But that's why hard landing odds went up. But the actual economy, hard landing, you haven't gotten close to that. And that's coming from Mr. Hard Landing himself. Nice to meet you. I'm looking in the monies are just chilling, bro. It's actually kind of interesting. But no, it is lagging though. So you could get it in the money right now at the high, dude, for what? Damn, 20% off? But then it's a reset. It doesn't really I honestly, I'm not going to jump yet. They reset it so it doesn't count. This was just the morning, but this is so it's moving in tandem. But if you think off the morning, there's a cheaper premium, but I think they're going to decay it. That's a lot. Bro, you could chat now, bro. You're good. That's what I was saying. But yeah, we'll go over that on Fila. Thank you. I appreciate it. My man. Your manager keeps saying Trump wants martial law. Your manager probably has like a really active Reddit account. I bet you he got a ton of upvotes. But because it sounds like my sister. I'm telling you, bro, my sister is baffled. You have no idea. Because my sister was like, should I stop investing in my 401k? She was like, Trump is working with Russia. She said that too. So in martial law, she said the same fucking shit, bro. My own sister. And then she's like trying to panic. And then I just be telling her, I'm like, look at your account. What are you talking about right now? Let me post it on my Twitter. Because I said, and I mean this genuinely for all of you. Do I have my own opinions? I do. I am a free thinker. I don't give a fuck, bro. I think some of you get it now. But I am not. I will tell you what I tell my family. And I will tell it to you as it is. I will, with my best intention, and I will give my best effort. And this is for all of you. It's simple. Ignore the crazy liberals and ignore the trumpets. That's it. If you go up the middle, think for yourself, you are going to be okay, my brother and sisters. I promise you. This is what I told my own sister because she doesn't get it. And she wants to freak out. She tried to stop investing in her 401k. Her account is, I have her account up 15%. You have nothing. That's why I'm just telling her. I'm like, what are you worried about? And we'll deal with it as it comes. Don't go to the extreme of any. And it's the same thing, whether it's Trump or the liberals. That's going to hurt you. Certainty, ideology, extremism is not profitable. That's it. It may be for a little bit when the pendulum shifts in a certain way. But at the end of the day, with this and how everybody's behaving and all of that, just go up the middle, dog, and stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just sadly, I think a lot of people don't know our own history. A lot of people have taken bad events and don't realize how far we have really came and what we have already done in the past. I just, in the last 2 months, I watched a lot of like 20 and 30-year-olds tell me that they were scared of America. And I'm like, and what's happening in relations? And quite frankly, I just don't believe a lot of those people understand how we have got here, because America has gone through a lot worse than this. I hope you truly understand that. And going through a lot worse, we still got here. So don't underestimate that, and don't let anybody talk you out of that, or don't let anybody talk you into a bad decision. And that's it. Truly. Even if you do disagree with some of my own takes, I genuinely hope you are safe in this market. And I truly hope I could help. But everybody, they're vultures, man. They're ready to rob everybody who's willing to listen to extremism. So don't do that. But yeah, let me find this message and I'll post it. Meta on the high again. And then the SPY. So like I'm saying, I don't know if the put calls are technically cheaper, but I think it's a reset, but you could get it for a little bit. I'm going to wait. We need to burn a little more premium. I made plays today, but very small. I went $20, $60, and then $20. Very, very small. Yeah, Boeing's ripping. Bradley Frizzle. I own Q on the high. You made a bag nice. But Halo, you've donated a lot, man, and you're dope. Double kill. But you have violated the flex rule too much. So now you are permanently banned till June. So thank you for everything, but I think you know. It's all love, bro. It's all love. But don't do that to everybody, you know? It'd be terrible to treat you any unfairly. He's not a poor guy. He's a good guy. He gets it. I don't think he'll take it too personally. But I tried to warn him earlier. Intel Popper. Intel's already up 3? Yeah, Intel moving around. Jeez, dude. There's a lot of options. The Ask has 2,000 on there. How did he flex? Fuck it, you're banned too. You guys go figure it out. You have 5 years. This whole week I've tried to give I gave kind warnings, I gave aggressive ones. At this point, man, it's Friday. I'm letting double kill. Oh, the Ivory. I think Halo's laughing at that. I know he's laughing at that. If he's not laughing at that, oh, come on. Because that truly was a double kill. Yeah, I got 2 of them right there. In the video, you're just at the high. I think we'll get good plays, but we need to burn time. But if it melts up from here, that's it. You're going to miss it. But I'm okay with missing it. Like I said, I wanted more of a gap fill. I want to wait till the contracts do what they did yesterday. But again, we went a lot slower here to end the week, so you don't need to force it. The email, if you sent it during the market, I did not see it, and I won't see it. So you could email me, and if you guys have any houses you want to sell, or you want to buy one, and you need a co-agent, email tradingfraternity@gmail.com, but I will be getting to those after hours. All right, here's what I was saying here, because if it comes down, I think the contracts now just ignore the gap. The premiums had the gap up, so we need to ignore that, burn like an hour and see. But then too, do you guys see it? We're like flirting with the level, because you're close to it on the SPY. You're like what, 30, 40 points away. You were 25 points away right there. And that's it. MP double on the high. Pretty big red. Decent. Still 1% across the board. Russell the leader. NASDAQ and SPY just equal. Actually, what time is it? We've been here for an hour. Almost. We're just 10 minutes shy of it. So, what? Damn, son. Dude, Dow, 25 names green, 5 in the red. NASDAQ 100, 92 green, 8 in the red. And then S&P 450 green, 50 in the red. Ugh. Not bad. Everything's really green, like solidly. Remember, we had the reverse of this the other day. XYZ, like I told the other guy, I think you woke up early, but not early enough. So we already talked about it. I think it's shit, if you guys really want to know, because I said it already the nice way, but it's shit. It's dog shit. So it happens when you put Mushroom Man as your CEO. But I'm glad I have PayPal instead. But other than that, I think even then, I would kind of just stay away from both of them. I think you could find, like, there's other good names out there that are still decent. I don't think there's news on Snap. Target, too. That's another one we talked about. Uber on the high. And then Reddit's waking back up. Reddit is a fucking weird-ass... Dude, that thing's crazy. And then VO. Again, Uber and Reddit right now. Unity, no. I mean, Unity's an interesting company, but I want to be down with that. Not for the long term. Unless it got, like, extreme value, but I like what we have in the long term, man. And, you know, any of the potential plays we talked about, those are all still in play, but yeah, I'm kind of happy with the dynamic. David Kelly. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Good morning. You guys know it's Friday? Yeah, we should party, bro. It's Friday. Get a long term. You should have a long term party. Woo! All right, I'll BRB.
We need something that actually builds the growth rate of the economy in the long run. Corporate tax cuts probably do that. Cuts to taxes on Social Security, overtime, or Doge dividends don't do that. And so I think the bond market will be looking at that. I think the Federal Reserve will be looking at that. And also, as some of your earlier guests talked about, these immigration restrictions. If net immigration heads towards close to zero in the U.S.,
I didn't go.
Further limit
I got up
growth
to
potential.
pee, and then I heard the fucking drums. So I said, hold on.
As Dan Ives was just saying, AI theme very intact with the de-escalation in trade and with the better economic numbers even coming out of some of those trade announcements. Is it Buy America again? Is that what this is all about?
I mean, I don't think Buy America ever stopped, Sarah. I think there are people that will move to the euro. The euro is the natural place. It's the biggest place you can go to an alternative to the dollar. And it has been an incredible run. In the last 2 months, the euro is up 10% relative to the dollar, 5% in the last month, even with the stock market and bond market largely unchanged. This has been a major, major currency trade, Sarah. Something I know you watch very carefully. In fact, last night we saw the Taiwan dollar move 4% stronger.
That's a trade. If even with all the excitement about Germany spending this year, the U.S. is the only one of the big economies in the IMF that's supposed to grow almost 2%. I mean, even with all German spending, I think it's barely going to grow this year.
You're not going to get me to get excited about buying European stocks. That's not happening here or at any time soon. But I do think the euro is going higher. And I think the dollar is going weaker. And I think the story is really a 1985-style Plaza Accord story, where in trade negotiations, we are going to rebalance the playing field. And part of that is ending what this administration sees as currency manipulation. The dollar is still very strong. It's within the last 20 years, the euro's traded at 160. Dollar yen's traded at 75. The pound is traded over 2 to the dollar. This is an extraordinarily strong dollar, and it makes us less competitive. It is the standard competitive devaluation story that we've seen over and over again in many, many circumstances. And I think I call it, in the U.S.'s case, a competitive revaluation, because we're not devaluing. It's still a strong dollar world, still a reserve currency dollar world. I think part of what the Commerce Secretary, the Treasury Secretary, the Trade Representative, all going to put on the table is a program by which countries have to think about not just changing what they buy from the U.S., not just getting their trade imbalances set through purchases or through tariff changes, but also through currency policy. And maybe what we saw in Taiwan last night was the beginning of a move toward a more plaza-like dollar rebalancing trade.
Yo, that's big volume if that's real.
In bringing our trade deficits down and rebalancing what this administration sees as an unfair trading playing field.
I don't know if it has real volume or not, but you're running.
Who's also on the tape today. And these, we'll see.
Again, we're getting to the level. Like I'm saying, if it's 57,
David, good to see you.
You'll have a little overshoot. You'll get a little bit of the overshoot, and then we go from there. But that's looking nice. All right. I need to post. And guys, listen, I think yesterday was a good one. But I'm going to make it clear, and even for the young guys, I hope you understand this. But we heard the VA yesterday, and they were talking about the mushrooms, right? And he was like, they're going to look into it. And I was cool with that. I'm cool to having, you help people. I'm glad he has an open mind, but you guys make no mistake. Like, even then, some homie, whoever just tagged me trying to, with some mushroom shit, I block you on Twitter. Okay, everybody, I don't like it. So and it's okay if you like it, but I'm just trying to tell you, every attempt to convince me, I just don't fuck with you. I know it's an evil energy and I don't want to be around it. So you guys need to respect that. I don't care what you do, but don't act surprised if I don't fuck with it. Or if you ever wonder, serious. If you ever talk to me about shrooms, I know you're a shroomer, bro. I just don't really fuck with you. Okay, it's evil energy and I don't want to be around it. So you do your thing. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm judging you. I'm not. I just know it's good for me and what I want to be around and the people I want to be around. And that's not one of those things. So that's why I think some of y'all need to figure that out. And you could keep coming to me with it, but where I'm at with it. It's bad energy, dude. It's very, very bad energy, and I don't want to be around it. So that's why you get that reaction. I just know every time it knocks on the door, I got to get rid of it. I got to keep that away from me, dog. And I think you should too, and I don't think it's going to hurt you if you do. So that's all, baby. That's it. It's a standard, at least for me. It's an energy I don't want to be a part of. So, and if you want to, God bless you, but not for me. That's not mine. I know it's mine, but then that's not it. No, we didn't have time for a Kahoot. All right, that's it, man. Get ready for the level. We talked about it. You could have took the SPY. I still thought they were lagging. I didn't want it. I have the other ones. The out of the monies with a little time are working now. Only by 12%, 20% now. There you go. With all respect, do I feel the same with weed? With all respect, we're not talking about that. We're only talking about that, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to be around those people. I will not put myself in that position. You are free to decide who you want to be around. I don't want to be around that. That's it. That's all I'm talking about. Figure out. I'm not trying to control your life. I'm just saying, don't come to me with it and be surprised if I'm, running away. Like that's, it's like being around somebody smelly. It's just, I don't like that energy. It's a stench, and I don't want it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Here, bro. That's it. The out the monies are cheaper, but there is premium. I'm burning clock right now. Do you guys understand? So I already told you the level. We already talked about the upside, but then it's just burn clock for any of the plays. Otherwise, I don't trust the premium after the gap up. So we'll see. But that was a good move. And the out of money's worked a little bit, but still small if you kept it small. Apple. Boeing's coming down now. We level and go back down. Yes. I think 57, you might hit it and then just chill. Or then it'll come back down and then we see. I think it might overshoot if people are really hyped. But other than that, yeah. And then we got to go through the weekend. But this is what I'm saying with it all. It's like, yeah, we bought the dip. Woo, we bounced. We feel good. But it's like we're still very vulnerable. And all it takes is one bad comment and then or bad development with China or somebody else, and then vice versa. If you do get that China deal over the weekend, any weekend, it's going to be a good time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there you go. There you go, man. MNQ, good hit. Way to post it. Love it. Love it. And then Boeing's dropping. I'm keeping that one up. You didn't miss a LT buy today. No. We bought like last week, I think. Again, it's on the YouTube. Some of you have the text alerts if you were locked in on the free ones. And then it's on my Instagram, on Twitter. It's everywhere. Pizza. Ohana. Pony AI again. You guys were seeing that one in the morning. Katos highs. No, we didn't have a watch list last night. Reddit now, bro. That thing is crazy. Literally, it was up 20%, 29% at one point. Ohana means pizza. Pizza. Papa John. Where's Papa Baba John? Baba John. Like Intel, yes, that's exactly. Intel, if you like it, if you know and use it. So you're young, bro. And that's the thing. And like one of the big things about investing, I'll tell you, this is what I realized when I was young, is that you don't need to find the next big thing. Most of the, like everything that ever went crazy, you already knew about it. Do you know that? So like I bought Facebook back in the day, and then we even bought it at $90 in modern times. It was always modern, but still. The whole point is I used it. I knew about it. But it was already popular before I bought the stock. Uber was the other example that I gave. You know, we bought Uber at a killer price. All of you knew Uber was really popular when we bought it. It wasn't anything new. So that's why it's just like, what's something that you really know and use, that you have used for a long time, and that you think will be here in 10 years? And then you could look at my model, what we have, and then you could look at the names that are down. That's always a good place to start. But here's the rule. If I'm up on a play in the long term, don't buy it. That's where a lot of people get into trouble. Because you could look at what I have and be like, wow, that's a good one. I want that. I'm already up on it. That's not how you're going to make money. And some names are good, and, over 10 years, you could buy high and it'll work itself out. But if you really want to maximize it, and you're saving and little by little, you don't need to buy it when it's higher. Then, like I'm saying, ask anybody who's bought our plays when they're higher. They still like them sometimes because they still do good. Oh, but ask any motherfucker who bought when I was down. If I'm up, what do you think they're doing? You know what I'm saying? So, it could be great for you. So patience, but go with the stuff you know. Go with the stuff you have experience with in your life. You don't need to be a Wall Street analyst. You need to just realize what you do on a day-to-day and what's already popular and what a good business is in that sense and what's going to stick around. And then you could get into the nitty-gritty of the fundamentals and all of that stuff. But end of the day, 10 years minimum, stuff that'll be around for 10 years, stuff that you use. Those are all that'll get you in a very good neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You use DraftKings? Nice. Well, I think you're trolling, so email me your DraftKings account with how much you've bet, and I will unban you. Okay, sound good. But I own DraftKings too, and it's down, but I'm not talking to a 19-year-old trying to throw him off with a fake-ass comment. You know what I'm saying? I got you, baby. So send me yours. Send me yours and I'll unban you. Otherwise, you will not be unbanned on the next unbanning cycle. I'll remember that name. Yeah. I have a great memory. But other than that, yeah, go with what you know, but be real, be serious. Like you see, just be real with what you do. And even if you use some unsavory things, sometimes that could be it, like DraftKings. I'm not against that. I own cigarette companies. I own Pfizer. I don't agree with them, but we're not here to be moral. We're here to build the long term. Even though I read my Bible and shit, this is where people get the friction or will try to use it against you. But end of the day, I want you guys to build a good portfolio, be protected, and again, no matter what happens when the world could go to shit, and you could be at least having some form of protection financially. $6.73. Wow, you put the devil's cabbage there. Well, good, man. End of the day, you made a decision for yourself, and it's good to see. I wish you the best, bro. Keep it up. A lot of Bitcoin calls in the chat. Gold, too. I don't know, man. Gold is crazy. I feel like it didn't. This was the week gold didn't get much talk, though. Again, it didn't with the dollar and all that. SPR, again, related to Boeing. They had earnings yesterday, I think. You buy a house if you're going to medical school instead of renting. If it makes sense, I mean, one of the best things, like you buy a house when you're in school. At the very least, you get a little tax write-off from the UAL pop. Is oil dumping? Not too big. Look bigger on the high ticker. But yeah, if you could own a house in college, it could pay for your college. Like with the right equity, the tax write-offs, all of that. But at the end of the day, it has to make sense. Like right now, the markets, depending on where you are, everywhere's different. But there's some places it's super cheap to rent right now. You know that. Like you could get great rental deals. So if you could get a way better place to rent, that's closer to school and nicer, I would just rent it and then go buy a cheaper investment property somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? Because that might, especially if you're going to school, like you're going to be there. That's one thing, as much as I love real estate and I love business, I don't know. I hope I try to show you guys some of my life and you've seen the vlog. But like I live very comfortably. Do I live like I don't take private jets everywhere. I don't do like crazy shit. I don't need it. I have a lot of cars, but it's not like I buy. I got my nice cars are like old now that I think about it. So at the end of the day, though, you have to be comfortable. And if you're gonna make a $200,000 investment in med school in your time as well, I would make sure I live in a place that will allow me to do the best in med school. Do you understand? I hope you do. Because this isn't the moment to go buy a shitty house, be far from campus, struggling to stay in school. You get what I'm saying? If it doesn't make sense. You would be much better off renting a place that'll help you perform and then just go buy a house in Ohio. Go buy a rental, go buy one maybe outside of Colorado a little cheaper. But yeah, you'll need I do think that your quality of life is important. And I'm not trying to, I do see people try to sacrifice a lot for a house. We don't have to, and you can make it work in a very appropriate way. So you got to go see the rentals, see where you want to live and what's best for you. And then let's go into rental versus buy, and then we'll see what's available. And good luck in med school, bro. It's a very big accomplishment. I got Tesla in the bottom right. SPD, AFD is an attack on Germany. German shit. Hood. I did good. Honestly, yesterday its earnings wasn't like But this is a good post earnings. Hood. And then where's all the travel names, bro? Even Airbnb found a way to come back up. That's what I said. That one I told you was going to cuck. How do you decide when to buy again when there's no other opportunities? That's it. That's what because we bought Abbeville on the way up, and then hopefully if it has a dividend, you just drip it. That way, every single dividend stock we have that goes up, even though I don't buy them when they're up, we are still adding to our position at a gradual rate through the dividend. But other than that, it's just about opportunity. This is a big thing too, and I think you guys are I think what we just went through showed you this a lot too. And I think over the last 8 months, you guys have seen this a lot better if you've been active here. And it's the whole concept of we have names at a certain time, and then what happens? Like UPS or Nike. Those names go down, but then they stay down, but then something else happens. And then NVO gets cheaper. And then a real good name gets a lot cheaper. It's all about relativity at the moment. I hope that makes sense. And I think you've seen it. So that's why it's when we've run out of opportunities, then we cycle back to the names we already have that are good. Does that make sense? So let's say we get a golden era and everything rips and there's no good value and you have to buy shitty stocks up. BG, Bungie. Yo, that has to do with food. BG, check if there's any headline on food. Oh, they're 580ing that. Something's up. But now it's already popping. Be careful. BG. No, not Halo. Bungie is a food company. It is also a video game company, but not this one. That's weird. They 480'd the contracts and then it dropped and popped. Yeah, ADM's the other one. They kind of went up. And SPY at VWAP. Or I guess, is it Bunge? Maybe I say it wrong. I call it Bungie. Yeah, now it's popping. No idea what that is. They could be at a meeting. Or there has to be news with food. Even ADM's going up now, too. Something's happening with food, bro. Keep eyes on that. Food, agriculture. Ludnick wants India, Canada to buy our agriculture. We'll see if any of the commodities go up. That was weird. The premiums, too. The way they moved that. Coin, I forgot about Coinbase. 57 months. Listen to Save Up and Build, baby. Amen, man. It's snowballs, bro. So good work, man. I'm very glad. And if y'all have saved for that long that you've been here, remember the next step and look and shop and get ready. But it's good. It's going to be exciting. I wonder where we're going to end by the end of the year and then the end of the decade. Roar. real-time data without delay. Usually like if you're on Thinkorswim, just ask them to turn it on. But if you make an account and fund it, they usually give you real-time data. Are you in Europe or somewhere? But usually in America, if you have like Thinkorswim, E-Trade, if they don't turn it on automatically after you fund, you could even on a paper trade account on Thinkorswim, you could just send them a message and you could request to turn on real-time data. Yeah, I did answer your question. You'll have to go back after 7 hours from now and reread it or re-listen, because I did give you a good answer. But that's it. I'm not doing it again. You're in New Jersey? What? What are you tripping on? Are you acting like you in fucking Algeria or something? In New Jersey. Yeah, bro. Just any broker, you'll get real-time data. It'll be fine. He said, Josh, how you get to the Wi-Fi? How you do? What's the issue? Algeria, I think, is one of the companies with less access to real-time data. That's the issue. So America and like U.S. stock exchanges, even if you're in Europe, it's different. That's why I asked him if he's outside of the United States. Mr. Muhammad. Oh, yeah, I know. I love you. Are you in Algeria right now? So how do you are you on active data? And then if you're not, usually you could buy any data for $15. I think straight from the exchange is $15. You're in New Jersey. Okay. Well, All right. High ticker's ripping again. Let's go back to the daily. Let's see if that burned enough and has a gap. Oh, kind of. Ooh, it's about 10%. You do have a 10% gap, low key. You realize you suck at options and make more trade in stocks. I've been saying this since like 2023, but it goes back and forth, but at the end of the day, if you notice something's good or bad for you, you just got to invest in what works. And I hope some of you make that wise decision. And then remember, long term, if you're here, if you get into the stock market without a long term and leave without a long term, it's the wildest shit. What good is the stock market if you don't walk away owning some equity? So, and that's always the good one. Bungie again, bro. Yeah. Well, good. I put out a stream alert. I didn't play it. I just said watch these two. But yeah, that's a 2-3% move bottom and top. It's wild. $80K long term, bro. That's insanity, bro. Good work. That's what I'm saying, man. It's something I realized at the beginning of the year, man. A lot. I didn't realize how many accounts we got in here that you guys have grown it, man. And that's what I'm saying. It's powerful. And we could do a lot, but there's even more we could do. And the next step, we got to get a good investment, the house, all of it, baby. That's it. Stream alerts. If it's not working, I mean, best you could do is, as always, email to where you signed up and we could troubleshoot. White House budget calls for ending Boeing SLS after 3 flights. Calls for major cuts to NASA. NASA science. Boeing didn't move off of that. What's the SLS? What's the Boeing SLS? The rocket? Oh, well, yeah, the one that got them stuck. I would cut that too. Space Launch System. There you go. That's a dud. ERJ and Breyer's on the high. I don't know if they're reacting to that. Again, that's a plane maker. And they don't do space. I don't know if Breyer does space shit. You like it slow. That's good. I like slow. That's what I was saying yesterday, man. It's just... And I don't know if in this type of world with all the fear and fake shit, everybody always wants shit fast. But, you know, long term, if you're cool with slow, it's like it's almost guaranteed. And that's what I'm saying. You could build it to a house, a down payment. It's always a good thing. So we will find out. NASA, White House budget called for ending the Boeing SLS after 3 calls and then calls for major cuts to NASA science. Literally just came out like 4 minutes ago. Oh, the Berkshire meeting. Look. Holy shit. A Buffett on a golf cart.
America, what they're doing with the cash.
No, I wanted...
what that says about the environment.
Well, I wanted to see that. JWN, Spotify. Yo, Nordstrom's pop, and then Spotify pop, and then Spy just holding here. Humana? I don't know, but yeah, it is turning up. Remember, there's that bad DOJ stuff yesterday. What? What do you mean you're spending $16,000 to remodel a... Oh, you're going to rent it out. Man, I was about to slap you, Harry. I would have slapped the hair off of you, Harry. You know that? Oh, man. You mean you own the house and you're going to rent it to someone, right? Or are you telling me you're going to spend $16,000 for a property you're going to rent? I'm assuming it's the former. You found a spot on the freeway for less than $1. No. You haven't answered. Wait, I'm so lost now. Do you own the house or are you renting it? Or is it commercial? I'm lost. I need a lifeline. Come on, Regis. It's a commercial building. Okay, well, by the way, you're not answering the question. I think you're renting it. I would it might work, but usually I would be against paying to remodel something I do not own. It's wild that you are taking on a lot of liability for a rental. Yeah, I've actually, you rarely encounter that type of situation. So, factor in the cost. That's how it always goes with retail commercial. No, well, it depends. As if you're going to do a triple net and pass it on, but not all the time, no. Like I'm saying, usually it's, usually in this in commercial, I wouldn't be doing that right now. But it's your choice. Again, if you know more, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. That's by all means. By all means. Just be careful, though. That's all. I mean, where there's one problem, there's usually, just plan for it. Yeah, I hope it's a blessing. And in the same respect, you have to factor all the cost and be prepared for things you don't know about. Okay? Otherwise, that would be very unwise and not prudent. So good luck. But yeah, I wouldn't do that if that. I have to throw that out there. I would have to look, unless the numbers were really that crazy, but I don't like that. You're saving $800 a month? That's still not worth it. What's 8 times 12? 76 or something? You sell 2.2. Either way, either way, bro. It's you. If you insist it's a blessing, I've already told you what I think. I don't benefit. I don't lose. Good luck. And yeah, just run the numbers fully, and then make a model. What happens if you have to do another 10,000 or another 20,000, and if it's to save $9,000 in a year or in rent or with the duration of the lease, and that's it. And good luck. An off market, I don't recall, but I will check after the bell. Try to include your name or I don't know. I'll have to see, but I don't remember one. I remember there was one in San Diego. No, yeah, exactly. I'm not continuing this conversation. But yeah, there's some good advice in the Twitch too, and some in the chat. MTSR. This spy. I mean, I like the other one, but yeah, it's really lagging now. So this is what I wanted though. So get ready for the next set. But now we're burning clock, even though you're at the same price, is killing the preems. So it's good. Because if you get a news move, unless they jack it up right away, this will be good. Because if you slowly grind up, it'll be easier to get that play for cheaper. It's slow. I think there was a lot of China shit today. And even over the weekend the other night, and we thought there was going to be more, or that it would kind of get walked back, but you got more updates on that than not. White House would cut full year budget by $163 billion. I don't know. Well, there was the Hassett rumor, and I thought they were going to recycle that yesterday, but they didn't. They did it this morning, but then the White House added to it. And that's why I'm like, and that's why people are holding up so well, not to mention the gigantic-ass rally. And then we have Canada, America next week. Budget would cancel $15 billion in infrastructure investments and Job Act funds for Department of Energy. You're getting White House budget shit. Again, I bet you we'll see. Because, again, if that budget, like I was telling you, if they spend, that's demand, bro. It's crazy. FedEx on the high. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. God bless America. And I will see you soon, I think. Hold on, any commercials?
Art of where innovation money, and power collide.
I don't know if it's there. Smashing insights. Thank you. Smashing insights, Josh. Smashing. Doo-doo. All right, I'll be right back. If this isn't a commercial, I don't know.
Live from New York, this is Bloomberg Technology. Coming up, Apple hit with analyst downgrades as tariff and growth worries, they increase. We'll break down the company's latest earnings.
Plus, Roblox daily users jump 26% amid efforts to bring in new players. We have the CEO later this hour.
And a conversation with the U.S. Energy Secretary after 100 days of Trump policies. But first, we check in on these markets. Look, we've got another day of gains. We are bouncing back from our April sell-off. We're up 3.2% over the last 5 trading days. We add a cool almost $500 billion in terms of market cap to this key tech benchmark. And once again, it's the second week of gains. We are seeing this risk-on attitude return with the macro data, those jobs ratings overall, Ed, but also maybe a sign of thawing in China-US relations. What have you got under the hood?
Right, and that upward pressure at the index level, interesting because there's downward pressure in the biggest names in technology. Apple is off by almost 4%. Very simply, it is a tariff stories. Earnings, there was weakness in China in the quarter gone, outperformance on iPhone, but Tim Cook told us there is going to be a $900 million impact from tariffs in the current period. What does that even mean in the context of what Apple does around the world? Amazon forecasting for the current period operating income that's billions of dollars below what the street thought. Uncertainty and tariffs. It's a very clear story, and both stocks are under pressure.
They are, and we're going to have so much great analysis on both individual names. As a whole, we go to Bloomberg's Ryan Flestelica. And look, earnings thus far, the big mega cap fall we had this week, Microsoft Meta managed to bounce through these trade headwinds, but Apple and Amazon with tangible goods do not.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I'd say overall, this earnings season has been pretty positive for big tech. At least it was until yesterday afternoon. Apple in particular, people were already worried how much is tariff going to impact them? What is this going to mean for their growth, which was already sort of stalled relative to other big tech companies? What is this going to mean for its multiple, which was already elevated relative to other big tech companies? And it really, I don't think this was exactly the worst case scenario, but certainly it was a disappointment, and it just underlines a lot of the concerns that people already had about the stock.
Let's focus on Apple in the context of the stock. How has the sell side reacted? What do we see in terms of downgrades on the stock from the street?
Well, we had at least 2 downgrades this morning. One of them was a cut to a sell rating, which is pretty...
Yeah. So Budget would cancel $5.7 billion in chargers, electric EV ones. So this is the thing, like I'm telling you, I'm kind of disappointed that they're going to be spending so much money again and running a deficit, but they're like changing where the money's going. You see what I'm saying? So they're still going to spend a fuck ton of money, which I don't agree with, but instead of putting it towards like EVs and shit, they're probably going to put it towards like the SBA and loans for certain businesses like AI, data centers, shit like that. They already printed the fucking money. Ask Yellen and even Bessent. There's this guy, and they're going to need more, but they're just still, again, Trump plans to run a large deficit. And that's why, you know, I don't like it. I thought we would have more. I don't know if austerity is the right word, but yeah, I've been saying this for the last week, and I think it's important because that's one of the fallacies. I think one of the biggest fallacies right now, and I could and it's not because even if I was a Democrat and I fucking loved Kamala, I would still say that type of spending is bullish. Because I said that under Biden and any fucking idiot who would spend that much, Donald Trump included, because these deficits are historically massive. We don't spend trillions of dollars in deficits like that. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we are going to do it, I think that is bullish. And to a degree, it is also inflationary. But like I'm showing, or like we're getting shown right now, they're going to spend that money, but it's not going to go to fucking wind farms. It's not going to go to EV chargers. It's not going to go to gender studies. It's going to go to probably oil, small business, defense. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's still a lot of fucking demand, but that demand is just going to be rerouted to different winners and losers. Welcome to politics. Yeah, manufacturing, exactly. And different areas are going to have more now coffers and money there, more or less. They would allot $7 billion in NASA for lunar exploration, $1 billion for focus on Mars. Measurably, in some areas, in other areas, it'll increase. That's the thing, but like, this is my general idea, is when the government is spending over $1 trillion, some people will lose jobs, but they'll get them right back. That's what happened during 2022. You guys don't remember when like everybody was getting fired, but then the job market wouldn't go down? And then even though things got bad, it was still not bad. And then there's all this money fucking floating around. It's the same shit, unfortunately. That's why, like, even though it could feel terrible and things get bad, it's like, dude, we're talking $1.7 trillion. This is what I've been saying every fucking decade. Even at COVID, bro. I'm telling you guys, it's like, damn, bro. That's the real answer. This is the shit where if you understand this, you could turn off your TV and never listen to anybody ever again. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very simple. But it's like, it's just all the spending. That's one of the biggest sources. Nobody can spend like the government, bro. And once you do that has a lot of things. You don't think? Well, listen, Harry, I gave you my opinion. I was just talking about this yesterday, and I'm glad, though. I don't know if you were here yesterday, but for those of you who were, this is a real live example. I'm just giving you what I think. You're free to do what you want, but, I don't know. You could claim I don't know, and I know. I'm not trying to fight with you. I was just giving you my natural reaction and advice. So go. You know what I'm saying? Can we stop talking about it? And, stop. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. You made your mind up. I told you what I think. So go. Do whatever you want. I don't get why we're still, go get a long-term. I think I would not waste my long-term on that, but I don't know is what you said. So I'm going to stick to your answer. I don't know it. I've never done it, and we'll leave it there. So good luck. This is what I'm saying, though. I could only give you what I think. It's up to you. Unfortunately, though, when I tell people, when I disagree with their biggest financial decision and I tell them something, they don't want, it's not the agreement, I get friction, I get attacked, I get hurt for what? So, and then I waste time, and now we're wasting 6,000 other people's time too. So it is what it is, bro. Do what you need to do. And yeah, I don't want it to be bad. That's why I'm saying all of this. So I hope it works out well for you. But yeah, I don't want to hear another comment out of it again, please, for the rest of the year. We'll see at the end of the year what happens. That's all I could do for everybody. I like assumable mortgages if they're the right price, yeah. I saw another one, LHX. That was the... L3 Harris was dumping, yeah. So why all of them? I think the budget shit, is everybody finding out that they're not getting a lot? This could be off of the budget. And then Meta's ripping L3 Harris. Not really cheap contracts. They go to May 16th. New builds, just be careful on the price. That little trick where you could buy new builds and flip them. It's reversed now. We're going back to normal. Some areas that are low inventory, the new builds are still fire, but a lot of places, the new builds have a premium. So the only benefit of a new build is if they're going to discount it and then give you a 3% mortgage for the life of the loan. Zero Fed in the next 5 to no. Unless there's like a massive crisis. So if there's like another black swan, then yeah. But other than that, barring like a total economic collapse, we probably shouldn't see those like rates that low for like 15 years. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, this whole month I've been just talking about it. At the end of the day, I'm going to try my best. I'll try to be straightforward. And we had a whole talk yesterday. Straightforwardness. Y'all got to figure out how you're going to handle that. And really understand what's around you and who's incentivized and not. And call it a day. But, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you could appreciate it. We'll be good. No, I banned a couple people today. Abbott now. So OMB proposes 1.7 trillion budget, down 7. That's what I'm saying. It's down from the other year, but it's still a lot, dude. That's what I'm saying. We're talking $1.7 trillion. Habibi. I haven't looked at the dollar. Remember, the yen kind of messed things up earlier. Canada income tax to take effect July 1st, says Carney. The dollar's down. And Google popping now, too. Uber, too. And then bonds are murdered. Again, the good data, the whole no rate cut thing. That's it. Maybe market will even just rally until the bonds hit the danger zone again. And then we do that freak out. Trump is betting on future growth. I honestly think I don't think it's anything except the budget. That's it. I think Trump is aware of it. I think it's all a game. Because that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nothing matters if you're going to spend that much money. Do you guys not realize that? That's what happened during the shutting down the whole entire economy. So that's what I'm saying. I think all of this is a charade to a certain degree. Because as long as you pass a $1.7 trillion budget, what is there to be worried about? Like, seriously. Unless everybody goes anti-America, and then again, they have more to lose too. It doesn't make sense. Does that make? I hope you guys are understanding this. That's why I've been talking about this budget and I think it all boils down to the big, beautiful bill. You could call it, I don't know if the Doge savings were useless. It just, the money is going to different places. So they're saving money, but they're putting it to what they want. Yeah, Doge is just paying for, I think, like 20% of the tax cuts or something. But the whole point, and that's what you get tax cuts in this. And that's why I'm saying that's like the whole, I think this is the plot for the whole golden age. It all boils down to that deficit. I hope that makes sense. It's like, it's just, because if you spend that much, you have money to just cushion everything. And they're going to do it probably. So, yeah, that's why it's like, it's hard. My tone would be different if that budget was more normal to the last, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years even. But again, we're running deficits that are still technically historical outliers, if that makes any sense. Like, this isn't normal. It's still not normal. And if Trump does it, it's outlier. So unless this becomes the new normal, which would be wild, but even then, I do think if there's that much money floating around, it's bullish. There's no bullish, call it however you want, but it will ultimately, that's the other side of the inflation and whatnot. I know, that's what I'm saying, but I think that's the whole plot. Make it sound this, do this, talk about tariffs, have everybody, again, Doge to save money, and then most people don't understand this concept, and then boom, $1.7 trillion. Like, what the fuck? There's your golden age. For every year of his presidency, there's your golden age. So, yeah, that's what I believe. The more, and we'll find out more. I mean, obviously, I'm not too certain. I don't want to be too certain, but that's why let's see as we get through this. But it's hard for me to escape this thought that we're spending that much money and then people are going to think that the economy is going to be bad. Some places will, but there's going to be a lot of money coming in. So it's going to be fascinating, but we won't tie our hands. Be nimble. Straight up. What do you coach, Phil? Mm-hmm. Are you basketball, football? That's it. I might have to have you come on and talk to the Chad then. I would love to hear from a real, coach. Baseball got good coaches. I feel like the baseball coaches go hard. Y'all get hella aggressive, even though it's a slower game. The baseball coaches, bro, go ham. Mm-hmm. First playoff game. Uh-oh. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hockey. I want to play hockey. So do you know, I found this out. Do you know Keanu Reeves? You know John Wick? Is that John Wick? Yeah, I think it is. You know Keanu? So apparently when Keanu moved to, L.A., people would play, street hockey. Right? And he would play, in this, he just got into a random pickup game of street hockey. And he plays every weekend for the last 15 years or something in L.A. Ever since. He moved there, and then he played with them, and then that's what he does. He plays street hockey. Yeah, in L.A. I never knew that. But, yeah, I've never played hockey. I want to play street hockey, though. I heard that. I was like, I'll try that. Mm-hmm. We coach high school wrestling. Well, someone just said he was sharing the philo with his players. So I was like, yeah, it's just straightforward, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this is even then, I don't want to talk about it, but and let me just put it this way. If I tell you something I don't like and you're about to make a big deal, the point isn't to get mad at me and say I don't know anything. This is the maturity. I'm trying to tell you to get a better deal. And that's why some of you defending your brother to take a bad deal, why don't you encourage people to get a better deal instead of accepting the first thing? No? Is that really I really hope you guys don't miss this. Because if I disagree and you're about to make a big decision, try to get a better deal. That's the conclusion. Get a better deal. Why would you be scared to ask for a better deal? Why would you be scared to question a better deal? Why would you tell homie, take the first offer? So yeah, but amen. Always get a better deal, Chad. Try. If you don't try, you'll be plagued with never knowing. Zeker. All right, man. And then L3 died. That one dropped big, but the plays were kind of crappy. I didn't make one. I just looking at them. Google says structural remedies are not appropriate court hearing. Your first rental. Buy it outright, put a big down payment. Either or, as long as it's a good deal. That's it. Just don't rush it. Don't buy the most expensive house in the last couple months. And then quality too. Just don't ever forget if property is big and it needs repairs, that's going to cost you. Carney says he expects difficult but constructive talks with Trump. Yeah, long term this is crazy, bro. You will accept that you missed the bottom. So, I will be honest with you. I think it's 50-50 still. I'm glad I bought, and I'm like, okay. And like we talked about, I don't know what it will take to get global uncertainty as high as it was 2 weeks ago. But just the nature, even 2018, and then again, if you didn't watch the watch list, 44 days. The average bear market rally is 44 days. There is bear market rallies. We saw that in 2022. We saw that after the banking crisis. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, it's not. I could see a very good case where it's like, damn, that was the bottom. It really could have been. But then also, too, it's not like there's too much going on that it's not going to, like, I couldn't say that you missed the bottom confidently. I really can't. And that's why, and then when I look around, there's still some good-ass deals there, which I think should assuage any FOMO, but it's still not I can't confidently be like, oh, yeah, we're fucking, we bottom tick that. No, I still don't feel good about it. So that's why certainty will kill us. Everything else will save you. Just, doubt some things, ask questions, go slow. It's not going to hurt you. That's the thing. Inaction is the thing, but I'm fine with planning, and I'm fine with, you got to entertain a couple of things, but other than that, it's still not no FOMO, bro. Fuck all that. Anybody, that's why these bear market rallies happen. And then it moves, and then people get really confident, and then you see Wall Street likes to overshoot. I think it's Wall Street mixed with retail nowadays. They just love to go after it. So there is a chance you miss the bottom, but also I think there's just as good as a chance that you come back down, and then the reality is some stocks, many stocks, they're still near their bottoms, and they're still not. It's not the same all across the board. No, there wasn't a watch list last night. But we talked about the 44 days in the bear market. Bear market rallies was how we started off the week. Because again, I mean, I've been telling you, he has risen rally. Praise God, baby. We've been talking about how this was all shaping up. I talked you through every step of this. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of telegraphed. But now that's why it's like, all right, this could all be false, or you start hitting the right positive headlines. Trump backs down. We get a China deal. You know what I'm saying? The data plays. The labor market don't go down. Oil's down. There was a lot of fallacies that we discussed. But then again, it's like how this all played out. The fact, dude, there's ships. Let me add that part now. Are you ready? Nah, fuck all that. All the FOMO motherfuckers. Dude, there is ships not moving right now. I'm not kidding you. There is ships that are just not moving like it is COVID right now as I am talking to you. You see what I'm saying? So, but then again, Wall Street doesn't always represent the real economy. And that's what overshoots and emotions and all of that. So when it's all said and done, that's why it's like, don't let the moment fuck you up, right? Because when it's down, you're like, oh my God, this is terrible. Everybody was getting scared. Then it goes up, and now everyone's like, oh, what fear? Let's go, baby. Oh, we missed out. Nah. It's just, we got to balance. Do you see what I'm saying? We're watching. Just eagle's eye. Just watch. Watch. Go little by little. Protect yourself. There's good and bad. There's good things that could happen. There's bad things that could happen. Don't go to the extreme of politics. Don't go to the extremes of pricing. I hope they feel me. Mm-hmm. Why is the long term doing so well today? Trump budget would cancel lunar station weighing 24% cut to space agency's overall funding. I think it does include weekends, yes. So here, let me show, and that's the problem, is that until something structurally changes and we get like a real pivot or it gets really good, this is just a bear market rally. That's it. Until we get confirmation it's not, you are in a bear market rally. That's literally how we started off the week. So let me show you the chart. Is this it? No, I think that's the other one. It's this one. Yeah. This is the chart that I showed on Monday or Tuesday on the watch list. Again, if you guys are a member, you have access to the watch list on this channel. But this is what we talked about. Average is 44 days. So again, bear market rally 2022, June to August. So look, this is, and we made a lot of money on this one. You guys were here for it. Most of you were. You remember the Jackson hole. That's what happened. So look at June. You just like now, you bottomed out, right? And then it got really terrible. Inflation was through the roof. Everything was so bad. Then we start ripping. You go from 360 to 430. Senior OMB proposed Trump budget would cut $49 billion in foreign aid. So you remember that, right? And then what happened? Powell, Jackson Hole said, no, I'm not shifting structurally. You get it? Powell said, no, I'm not changing, and then we went right back down. And then we really bottomed out. So that's what I'm telling you. If nothing shifts, this is just a bear market rally. Make no mistake. Do you all understand that? I hope you do. Just like 2022. And again, we used 2022 as a guide. We blended it with 2018 and a couple of other volatility years. But it's very simple. That's why. You just have to be able to stand 44 days of fucking Bloomberg and then randos hammering fear and hype into your head. You see what I'm saying? That's why I fucking turned my shit off. I'm going to go tan. Fuck all y'all. It's simple. You don't have to overthink this. And don't be too confident. That's why nothing has changed from the beginning till now. We need if you want anything to change, it has to be structurally. It has to be the rate cut or Trump policy or enough time to confirm that the data isn't going to do that. Until that occurs, you are in a bear market rally. So for the next 40 or so days, we could just keep running as high as you want until Powell or Trump says, nope, I'm not doing that. We're doubling it, and then we come right back down. But then if everything doesn't happen like that, and they're like, nah, we're good, we're going to chill, we have a deal, and then or Powell does something, and then you miss the bottom. But other than that, for now, this is just categorically a bear market rally. As we've seen, even 2018, 2019, COVID, March to May. So that was another one. We'll go back to that. You guys were there too. Damn, I got to put up a 10-year chart to see COVID. Yeah, so March to May. And I think it was like right around here. Then you had the bad news. But then look, that one wasn't that bad. So keep note. You could get a bear market rally, drop another like 5-7% one weekend, and then that's it. So that could still happen too. But whole point is, market goes 20% down, rockets back up for God knows what reason. Nothing changed. There's a bear market rally. This is typical. When people are fearful, uncertain, you get wild swings like this. So that's why it's like you don't have to buy the FOMO, but you can plan accordingly. So what are you going to do if it's not a bear market rally? What would you do if it was a bear market rally and we come back? Have two scenarios. Be ready to act. You're good to go. That's all. So as long as you do that, control the fucking emotions, we're going to be fine. I've been saying this shit all year. It'll be invalidated as a bear market rally once you get confirmation of policy or Powell. That's it. Or give it a year of data. Even if the hard data gets better enough, and with earnings, then that could even that would align with a political shift, I would say. Or you'll start seeing them say, "See, I told you so. Look at that." And then you throw in the fucking deficit. But yeah. I think the low would be in if there was that bill passing. Make no mistake, though, even on bear market rally video, I was saying I still expect another volatility pop. So I'm expecting another round of volatility that will be bad, but not as bad as what we just went through. That's it. And then that will probably be your final one or the final step before we move into the next phase, essentially. Oh, Uber, Meta, Abivai, everything's up. TLT just with the data, but bonds are still, again, I mean, kind of worried about inflation, but I think not because of tariffs, because of that bill probably. And then we're still in a situation where people don't know if policy is going to shift. That's why the bonds are like that. That's exactly why they are. We're popping. Hold on. Eyes peeled. I don't see a news headline. But yeah, that is Euro close. What the fuck? So it could be a pump fake, but you're getting a gigantic pop. Be careful. Do not buy daily. They just ran up those dailies 30, 40% in automatic algo pop. The out of the monies didn't move that much. I think it's a pump fake. Yeah, they scammed in the monies. Out of the monies didn't move on that at all. Like, at all. Kind of crazy. Yeah, bonds didn't like the employment data today. No. I like Netflix a lot. I wouldn't buy it here. But it's a great company, man. I think it's one of the best, man. Looking at it, it's so weird how we got it, bro. I can't believe people played Netflix like that. So the move already happened? Which one? Yesterday? Oh, you mean like if that was the big one? Maybe. But I said I couldn't even tell yesterday, bro. Like, for real, it was just, I wish I could, but it wasn't like, the gap up makes it weird. But we didn't move yesterday, but like we did. The same thing with today. You got a gap, but we're moving way less intraday. But you never know. We're going to hear more. We have shit swirling, bro. China all the way down to the other stuff. And then Canada and shit next week. Crowd overvalued? I don't know. I haven't looked. But I do like cyber. That's something we don't have exposure to that, maybe one day. Yeah, I think this is way over. I mean, come on, bro. Look at it. What are you talking about? But I would like a cyber company. That would be nice. At the low, though. That's why we have 4 more years of Trump. I could only imagine. I think we're going to get at least one opportunity. T-Mobile, pop, small, but pop in at the high. Yeah, like cybersecurity, Palo Alto network, something like that. Bill Ackman didn't believe in the long term. Oh, Billy boy. Yeah, watch that. And then, Phillips. Oil, Phillips 66. I know there's activists and shit on that. Oh, the premiums are disgusting. Be careful, bro. I be watching these option changes, watching motherfuckers get scammed. Dude, I was going to pay 20 cents for an option, and then it's worth like 2 cents. Like, how? Yeah, so be careful. But that thing's moving. PSX. Energy secretaries on TV. Which television? Right, here he is.
Technologies and those materials back into the United States. It is a high priority of the Trump administration.
Secretary Wright, you spend a lot of time talking to executives, as does the president. I just want you to rehear what the NVIDIA CEO said on the Hill just this week. Take a listen.
In order for this industry to thrive, we need to build these systems, of course, but we also need a progressive growth and industry-oriented energy policy, which this president has really put his weight behind. I really appreciate that. Without energy, we can't possibly have new growth industries.
An industry-focused energy policy for AI, Secretary Wright. What does that industry policy look like?
That means getting the barriers out of the way of energy production. The Biden administration spent 4 years in sort of an all-of-government approach to impede the production of hydrocarbons in the United States.
Oh, you
I'm for all
fucker.
energy sources, but hydrocarbons are
eToro said to delay launching U.S. IPO as soon as next week. So do you know what that means? That means people are feeling better. So this is going to add to more of the FOMO now. Because remember when we were dumping and they're like, oh, everyone's pulling the IPO. They so scared. Oh, no, the market so bad. Donald Trump, the tariff. Oh, but now as soon as next week, they're going to IPO. So capital funding, they want to put a little risk back on. Exactly. But again, everything I told you right ahead of that still remains. I'm just saying. That's going to add to the FOMO. But that's coming out now. Back to Wright.
The energy lack of, in many ways, is an infrastructure and supply chain issue. You don't have the turbines to be able to bring
What's
the
the best
energy
one? What's
at
the best cyber
infrastructure rate
company
that
then
the
if y'all
CEOs
pull
want
Paulo?
to see. There's not enough equipment. Is there enough time to pivot to make that in the U.S.?
Oh, I've spoken to the turbine manufacturers, and they are in huge demand right now. But GE Vernova made 27 of them last year. They'll make 80 of them next year. So look, Americans are ingenious, and with a little bit of regulatory common sense, they can ramp up their capacity rapidly. So no, I'm quite excited about how much new energy production capacity we'll see in the United States under construction today, and a lot more will be under construction by the end of this year. I think we will ramp it up in time, but you're right, it's going to be a race. It's going to be a race, but we must lead in AI, and that means we must rapidly grow our energy production. But we're up for the job.
Secretary Wright, how reliant will the AI boom in this country be on fossil fuels? And while we have you, what is the plan for the SPR, please?
Well, the natural gas is by far the biggest source of electricity.
I wasn't
in the
asking.
United States,
I was asking
followed by
James
nuclear and
about
coal.
the cyber company.
That's what's going to power the AI race.
No. I want James's
coal
answer.
plants and nuclear plants are
I want
very
James
slow.
to
We
tell
want
me
change
which one
that.
he likes.
But in the short term, the main source of additional electricity that will power AI arms race is going to be expanded natural gas electricity production. That'll be the workhorse of winning the AI race. But a lot of solar.
Your first pick is CrowdStrike. There you go. It's too expensive for me. I like it though. That's good to know. What's number 2? Ask the expert.
Your last question, sorry.
I'm not the expert in this one.
Status of the SPR, please.
You're James. James owes me $200,000.
Was half drained for the
So you're James?
2022
We need to
midterm
talk.
Elections. So we are filling it slowly right now.
No, I wouldn't buy CrowdStrike now. No.
Congress to fill it more rapidly. But unfortunately, you can only fill it at a much slower pace than you can drain it. So it will take us years to fill it back, but we will entirely fill it. Because it's a strategic reserve. You got to have that because you never know what's coming.
We appreciate your time. Outside, of course, Rinnai America Corporation, U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright. We love a high-vis jacket on this show. Meanwhile, let's get to some breaking news for you. Potential IPO coming as soon as next week. eToro is said to be
told you that everyone's scared and fear-mongered you so we can reposition and rob all the people that believe us.
No decision is yet
Wow,
finalized,
now the
but
money's
it's certainly
coming
being considered.
back.
Meanwhile, coming up, Roblox
Meanwhile,
sees
coming up,
much
we
better than
still
expected
hate
jump
you.
in active users. When we
Okay. Well, get ready for FOMO, boys. Put that fucking armor on. So seriously, and you have to realize, my accounts are almost at all-time highs again. So I don't have any FOMO. The long term helps with that. But all of you who feel FOMO, I have your back. Like I'm telling you, if you watched us just bottom tick and then even be able to telegraph a lot of this, I'm just trying to tell you, armor on, because you're seeing it, bro. They just dumped this shit, fear-mongered at a level you have never seen ever in history. Ever. I'm telling you. Ever. And now, just like that, we're talking IPOs again. Now they're talking deal. Like, it's crazy. So just put your phone, like I'm telling you, everything, we got a window. Be mindful. You need to still save, make a plan, and go for the names that are still low. Okay? How did people get trapped? And how did people have such a bad year to start? It's because they chased. Yes or no? How did we have an account go up as much as it did? We didn't go to the crowded trades. So like I'm telling you, you don't need FOMO. Put your armor on. You're going to hear this shit. You're going to hear a lot of stuff. You need to have your plan. Stick to your plan. And if you really have FOMO, go with value. Go with the things that are not going to rob, that are going to tax you for being emotional. You get what I'm saying? You go and buy any of the plays I just bought, and we come back down, you just got taxed 15% on emotions. That's an emotion tax. That's why I don't want it. That's why I would have bought Nike, but it had the tax on it. And then I bought the one that was still down when I had the time. So think about that. That's what I'm saying. Armor on, bro. Have your plan. If you are going to FOMO, it better be value. It better be a good deal. Do not insist on paying more money. You don't have to take the first offer, big dog. So let's go. But yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Well, and even then, this is the problem everybody has. They view the big stocks and they view the SPY, and then they think the world is either ending or they missed the bottom. Right? That's what happened, how we got all these names. That's why I keep telling you, don't get distracted by what people are telling you. You need to look for yourself. There is a lot of names that are still at the low. There is names that didn't rebound like that. Is there a high correlation in the market right now? There is. So a lot of things recently moved together. But I'm telling you, there's names that you don't have to wait for the next big dip. You got to find the good quality that just isn't getting love right now. And you have to know why it's not getting love, That's why, like, Whirlpool is one of them, but that has the risk of the dividend being cut. You know what I'm saying? You have to know why it's not getting love. But if it's still a good company, those are going to be the ones where you could do very, very well. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, you're going to hear people late. And the higher we go, the faster it does, the emotions are all going to get heightened. So that's why I hope you could hear me now. He said crowd as well. Yeah, everyone said CrowdStrike. $20% year to day could be a good buy, but also too, see where it's at, on the broader sense. Why am I not on Bloomberg? Because you guys don't realize I am not good for business. I don't know if you figured that out yet. I gave you a beautiful outperforming portfolio in one of the worst starts in history, right? And then my next set of advice is do not buy any single name that I am up on. Wall Street doesn't like that shit, you guys. Again, the real estate shit. When I'm telling you that's a bad deal, that's a good deal. I don't get paid on that shit. I'm telling you to wait. I tell you to save money, not be a consumer. Find a better deal. So these things aren't good for the money machine of the world if you're not familiar by now. But I hope it does help you, and I hope somebody buys me a house one day. But all in all, though, I've already seen a lot of good, though. A lot of bad, too, created. But, yeah, and I don't fuck with them, too. I don't like any of that shit. At this point. I did. Back when I was younger, I used to look up to things and certain things. But, you learn. You see things. God willing, baby. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Snoke, I see. All right, now you just got me off topic, bro. But though the show You, I like it. I think it's like kind of cringy, but it's a good show. I like it. I hate it. I hate that I like it. You know that? I like it. Yeah. I thought the same exact thing, bro, about the new I was like, man, because my girl likes it. She was watching it, and I was like, dude, it's a good show. Yeah, I know. I don't know if that's a hot take, but like I liked it a lot. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how they kept, like, it just kept, like, at one point it was like, okay, man, how is this guy still doing this? You know? But it did. I don't know. I like the new one. I like the new season. I didn't mean to type that there. Just saw SMCI moving. And Netflix, man. Friends and Neighbor. That Open Face said to watch that one. There's a new season, yeah. It's good. I liked it. I'm not done with it, but so far. But I was just watching it with my girl. It was interesting. TXT. Yeah, down by 0.13. And then Live Nation on the high. I don't know why. Nah, I was just holding. Then Spy 2, man. They just killing preems. Sentinel 1. A couple Chad said Sentinel 1, but didn't they do really, really bad at one point? Didn't they have an issue? I forgot what it was. But yeah, I don't know much about them. Albemarle on the high. Chevron CEOs is working towards fixing prospective power complex. Today's your birthday! Big 38! Oh, no, let's go. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Bro, happy birthday. And all of y'all, man, I'm telling you. Dude, time is so important. And y'all, that long term, let it grow with you, bro. And it's hype. And enjoy it. Enjoy it, baby. That's a lot of wisdom, too. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday. All the birthdays, too. We had a lot this week. BAH on the low. Again, think contracting. I don't see a headline, but we've heard stuff about the budget. It's your birthday, too. Happy birthday, baby. Woo! Oh, that's he gave a gift on his birthday. You should have gave him a gift. He gave a gift. Look at that. Amen. Amen, bro. Okay, Spy near the high. Let me check the prims. What? Why are you guys gifting on your birthday? I'm so confused. Yo, Tesla. Hey, happy birthday. Tesla, pop at the high. Spy might break out here. Yo, bro, is your Spy glitching? Bro, my Spy won't show me any dailies. What is this? Bro, it's only showing me like 2-year out plays. Hold on, my shit just broke. What? All right, gold dying again. Yeah, watch out with the dollar and all week, really. A birthday present, grow the family. I got a big horn for y'all, man. And happy birthday. And enjoy it, man. That's it. Otherwise, don't let them FOMO haters get you, bro. And be at peace. And harder. I love it. I love it. God bless America. And Chad. Every year, bro. Every year. You can have an account that grows with you. It just grows with you. You know? I don't know if they feel me, bro. Shopping out to going to dinner. Hey, that's it. But enjoy it. As long as you're peaceful and enjoying it. And living life. I don't know, though. I've been kind of like hippie. I've been on my hippie shit lately, bro. So, you know, I'm serious, bro. I just be breathing and so grateful to breathe. You know what I'm saying? To breathe breath, I'm grateful. So I hope you are too. And everybody, that's it, man. If you can find in a quiet room peace and enjoy it, man, it's a good thing. And how you feel is a very, like, so that's it, man. And you relax and enjoy it, and you're here for a reason, all of you. I genuinely believe that. I need you to believe it too. That's it, man. It's a beautiful thing. Someone's hammering SPY calls worth $2 million for 5.9. I mean, it makes sense. Like I was telling you, this level, it's either 57 or not. I think they'll probably want the 57 overshoot. But then if that doesn't hit, then that's it. Or if you want to speculate on a trade deal over the weekend. Oh, wow, the K-Webs are climbing. I thought they would have sold. Yeah, there hasn't been anything about no deals. Just everyone saying they hope. But everybody knows it's coming. That's what I'm saying. Even from the beginning of this, when we were like, just be careful, all it takes is one trade deal. But that's why I'm saying the odd part is that deal comes in, there's still more upside and people will like it. But then we're still in that in-between where no deal, you could deal with all that shit. But that's why, I mean, a lot of people are like, why are we up? It's just a bear market rally. And that's why, unless there's a structural shift, a real big policy shift, anything, we are just liable to be right back where we started. Okay, you're going up. Let me see those. I wanted to see that SPY. This is pre-market. Besant, what we heard, we started off the week with Besant. Remember, he caught up with Caroline, and they did that call, and then over the weekend. But generally, after that, we haven't heard from him. Long term, big fan. I think they need to ratify the mineral deal. Yeah. That's kind of crazy. I think they got the deal, they agreed and signed, but I think there's one element that's still not confirmed. So we will see. And then here's the dilemma, you guys. You're right near the high. If this breaks out, all the premiums are slashed. It sucks that they were a little cheaper earlier, but then again, we haven't really moved. HIM's breaking out now, about to hit 40. And then SPY near the high. A couple of things are moving. The long term is already going up ahead of it. What is my opinion on staking crypto? Nigel Clinton? I don't know if that's your real name or if you're trolling me. Because we have a friend named Nigel. And then the Clinton part is like political, but I hate that question. So is it bad if I asked you for money to answer it? Otherwise, I bet you a Chad could answer it for you. And one of them is going to try to scam you and tell you it's a good idea because they're heavily invested and misery loves company. So, you're going to get mad at me now? Sorry for telling you to buy the dip at the perfect time. My bad. And Bitcoin at 10,000. I'm the bad guy. Yeah. So, yeah, do what you need to. You'll answer it for half of what Josh charges. It's a good idea, bro. Took 80 to 6K in blackjack for your birthday? Oh, dude. What? I didn't even see that one. It's crazy. But repent for your sins of gambling. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. Dude, I haven't gambled in a minute. Well, not really. I do it on the market, but still. All right, you're breaking out. Preems are, I mean, if you think it melts from here, the preems look amazing. But if we like false breakout, come back down, you're just going to get scammed. And then you get a GDP forecast, 2.3 versus 2.72. You emailed me the White House budget proposal for NASA. Oh, they already sent it to you? Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. But none of it matters till it gets like approved. That's the thing, and that's why I keep talking about it. There's a lot in the bill, a lot of implications, but technically we need the approval. So some of that stuff might still be like this is just the first shot. Okay, SPY going up. Gold, I don't know. Gold, the more we bottom out, the more gold can go down. But even then, it's not like it's going to be related to the dollar, and gold could still be a little sticky because it has many things it could benefit off of. Dollar, policy, uncertainty. You know, there's so interest rates. There's so many things that gold can move off of. That's why I said we talked about even the short couple weeks ago, but I'm not playing that shit. Team, they're still down, but they're popping at the high. It is. It's a big, beautiful bill, I tell you. We love it. GCT, GigaCloud, Jeffries, ASML now. ASML, well, that's only a couple of highs. All right, you're getting your breakout finally. We have not hit 5,700 yet. So that's the level I told you from the AM. PM. Yeah, 5680, 20 more points. I think it either tops out at 5,700 or you have a overshoot of 5,713. And then after that, just 5,800 is the real like crazy FOMO level. I think 5,800 starts to look like something else. But we'll see. And you still got a gap in play. Netflix, 52-week high. If you made gains during this run-up, do you suggest to sell? Are we dropping hard again? So here's the deal. I could totally give you a aggressive answer to this because the rules are clear. But for your long-term, you never sell. Please understand that. Otherwise, if you have short-term profits on trades, I would just mix it. I've been taking a lot of money off of the every pop. So I don't think that's a bad strategy, but long-term, there's no question about selling. It's 10-year minimum. Uber, what's going on with Uber? Uber, what do you have for me? Oh, I got one, but not enough. All right, I don't know. Uber, big pop. I got one for a penny. It only gave me one. Uber Momenta partnership for robo-taxi deployment. Who's Momenta? All right, well, I think I just made 2,000%. I only have one though, but yeah. Whoa, spy running too. All right, whoa, high ticker's going insane. All right, you have Uber shit. That's its own thing. I mean, be careful. The premium, I'm literally up right now 1,500% on the bid. Shit. Yeah, that was a penny. China pop. Okay, watch out, Chattadonia. You might have a rumor in store. Oh, my shit is lagging. Okay, what is it? It has to be a China rumor. Bro, my shit's glitching. Bro, my platform is being really, really slow. All right, go with K-Web. I grabbed me a K-Web just in case. Fuck that. Bro, it's going... Dude, my thing's like, fuck. Beijing weighs fentanyl offer to start trade talks. Wall Street Journal. Yep. I have it. That's confirmed. Beijing trade talks. Fentanyl. I made a K-Web too. All right, I already doubled up everything. Be careful. Dude, we got more K-Webs. Uh-huh. Okay, and then we already have the other spies. Like I was telling you. We had earlier spy. Oh, there's another headline. China sees Xi security wing expected to lead effort. China sees potential offer to start trade talk. Yep. Very positive China news. That's it. We already got cheap dailies on the K-Web. That's the one that I did. There's still other plays you could do. Honestly, think next week too. You don't have to fall for the hype. Did that fill? Bro. They're not filling shit, dude. All right. There you go. I grabbed another one for next week on a different play. And then we already have the spy plays. Again, good China news. This is big. That's it. This is the rumor. That's all it is. It's more updates on the rumor. Your only risk is if China says this is not true. Are you guys understanding? Okay, it's already fading. Be careful. Some of them are already slowing down, but the high ticker is going nuts. And then you have the Uber. Beautiful. Which one is that? No, I think the test was this morning and earlier, if that makes sense. That's it. The only we already had this. This lines up, sadly. The only risk is that Wall Street is that China says this isn't real. That's it. Because this lines up with all the headlines we've been getting. I hope you guys understand. So the risk is that this is Wall Street Journal is fucking us again. The risk is that it's fake. The risk is that China says no, that is not true. Other than that, very good sign. This is going to open up the door for first round of trade deal shit in that China trade deal. So keep that in mind. All right. Well, good luck. This could be, I hope, one of the easier ones, so we'll find out. Oh, wow. Spy plays from earlier just ripped. So the ones that I said they're not for today. I made that play in the morning off of this shit. So those plays jacked up. You can make them free if you don't trust it, or if you want to get greedy, you push it. That's it. I'm telling you now, that's good. Because if this pop is hype, if that fails, those calls are going to go back down to like 20%. So, but if you like it and you think this China shit has legs, get greedy, hold that. If not, cut it, make it free, and then we reposition. That's all you got to do. Not bad. But yeah, just get ready for the confirmation. It could have legs if it's not fake. That's all I'm saying. And then remember the level I told you. Oh, shit. Yeah, so get ready, 57. Because now if the news is going to get it above 57, wait for 57.13. But remember what I told you, 58. So if this news is legit, China doesn't back it down, and no one says this is fake, that 5,800 is going to be really critical. But people were already waiting for 57. So see, 57 and 57.13. So look, those plays are already coming down. Like I'm telling you, you got to make up your mind. And you already had K-Web leading into this. Yeah, the China plays are already up a lot. That's why they're not moving as much. But yeah, no, this all works. If this has legs, it's good. The news is that from Wall Street Journal, they said that China is willing to make a fentanyl offer to start. Now it's hitting CNBC. Yeah, we got that mad early.
Report in the
yeah, here. All that matters is if it's legit or not.
Beijing is weighing a fentanyl offer to the U.S. to start trade talks. We're getting our Mega Casella up on that, and we hope to go to her
if this is fake, then we're fucked.
Momentarily for what she
but this lines up with everything we have heard. But somebody even Trump might be like, I didn't say that. Or if China denies it. But if China confirms it, this could be good.
This is the risk, right? That the economy is going to hang in and some kind of deal is going to be reached, or at least a détente to the degree that you can have a market that can go up and an economy that doesn't necessarily need to fall off a cliff.
Yeah, 100%, because all this is self-inflicted, right? It's happened because of the way the negotiations started, and then middle of April, or April 9th, when we kind of said, okay, let's start some negotiations, and you got negotiations with India, Vietnam, all the others. So the market found a bottom, at least then temporary. And if we do get a slowdown, you will have levers that you can pull. So I think you've seen that, and with companies actually talking about earnings going forward, saying, if we do have more tariffs, this is our earnings, and if we don't, this is our earnings. And I think that clarity, that understanding of where we're going is helping form this bottom, and then having some of our good companies do really well.
The big story of the week.
Yeah, Bloomberg has it now too. Everybody does.
That the NASDAQ closing yesterday above its pre-Trump tariff level for the first time. And that's significant. The S&P has also recovered its Liberation Day loss, and that's today with the move you're seeing.
Yeah, we still don't have any of those
deals. It obviously
deals.
Brings us to Apple, which is negative, but needs to be watched pretty closely, Rob, given this headline from the Journal, what subsequent reporting comes from that.
Yeah, that's the key.
It's right in the crosshairs. Clearly, you own the stock. It had been up 8 straight days.
I say all I did, I added to the China plays, and then you either spy or not, and then we hit the Uber. I didn't go that crazy on that. That's what I'm saying. All I did was add China. That was it.
Yeah, no question. It's why we're neutral. The name.
Again, the first play too. I said don't go above 2 cents. That play's still up.
Rally next year.
The 2 cent plays are still running.
Valuation here, Scott, relative to its growth rate. They've had also a lackluster product refresh cycle.
No, May 9th.
AI strategy and monetization plan has been far less clear. That said, given their balance sheet, shareholder-friendly management.
Okay, you're making another move up.
Current sentiment surrounding the name. It's hard
Apple
to be
dropped.
underweight this name, so we kind of stay at neutral. I think right now we're digesting what's happening with the consumer, and given the possible cost increases, the possible strains on the economy, what could happen to this stock. But realize that we've owned this name for a very long time, and being neutral is about as smart as we can be with it.
Beijing's thinking involves dispatching Wang to the State Council to meet with senior Trump officials. You're going to hear from somebody in the White House probably soon, or another China one. That's the thing. But this is setting us up now for more craziness. Because that's it. If this gets knocked down, you're going to get clapped. And then there's still enough room for a confirmation. But China's already up. So we're going to find out. But yeah, I'm adding for China for next week. Again, we already had them. We led into some of these plays. So I'm just adding a little bit more. I like it. I like that one. That it lines up. But we just need to... that I'm just scared of someone's going to say it's fake. That's it. If it's not real, then we're going to have a really big problem. Because if it's not real, you get it's going to set you up for a smash. But other than that, if that's real though, like I'm saying, it's just with the momentum and everything, people are going to like it. The K-Web, the first jump, because China's already up. China didn't move. So if you kept it below that 2 pennies, you're good. That play's still holding. But the Babas are not. Baba's coming down, but I'm going to keep adding to those. All right, Amazon. But then, like I said, on the SPY calls, you got to think about those. We had good ones in the morning. Remember, I told you I got those for next week. Still holding that 60. And then the K-Webs, you still have 100 on the old ones. But yeah, you're coming back up. It's good. You got to wait. So what happens, we create a block. It'll last here for 10, 15 minutes. If it gets rebutted, we're going to die. But then if it breaks out now, we're going to set up the levels. But watch 5,700. I'm telling you, that's the key. And then if we overshoot 5,700, bro, it's a game changer. If it holds. And then 5,800 is squeeze mode pretty much. 5,830. Whoa, ACLS. Too high, too fat. I mean, welcome to bear market rallies. It sucks that the bear market rally, that's what I'm saying. If you add it with real trade developments, that's what sucks. But again, if the China issue is gone, the ships start moving hypothetically, that's a big change. And that's what I'm saying. It's all right, we'll see. Okay, Tesla on the SPY's near. This could still fail. Look, this is still the same setup of a fake-ass rumor where if it gets batted down, then that's it. But like I'm saying, you're at the 5,700 right now. This is the spot. So 56.96, we're going to dance a little bit. They really feel good. They're going to run this. Well, no, I think it's good because, too, and if China makes the first step, this is good in terms of, respect for both sides. This is a good thing, you guys, if it's real. If it's real, this is a very good thing. If it's not, then they're just fucking with you, and you're going to get even more frustrated and confused. That's all, because now, out of a save face, this allows China and U.S. to de-escalate without anybody again, Xi Jinping's making a move now. If that's it. And now you're not, Trump caved. You see what I'm saying? Now this offers an opportunity for both sides to come to the table, for real. So we'll find out. But like I'm saying, the risk, as always, as of late, is that this is just pure bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, Wall Street Journal literally lied to you yesterday, 2 days ago, about a very obvious reporting on Tesla. So that's kind of the whole... That's why I have my doubts, and you should too. 67, they're going up more. It's weird. K-Web was a little... Okay, there's Baba coming up. Now, Pinduo. Where are all these? Meta. Yeah, that just jacked up all the premium. And the premiums were already crazy. This reminds me of that last Friday we had one of these rumors. Now they're pumping
an impasse with China, but it comes just a few hours after the Chinese Commerce Ministry on the record was saying that they are now evaluating the U.S.'s outreach to start talks. But they've always been emphasizing, and they did again today, that the U.S. needs to show sincerity in talks by canceling some of the unilateral tariffs. So if there was a move on fentanyl, like what the Journal is describing in this story, that could potentially lead the administration to cancel, I would think, at least the 20% fentanyl tariffs. Potentially, that's enough to get the ball rolling here. So much more to come. We will reach out to the White House, and we don't have our own reporting on this, but the Journal reporting now that the Chinese are considering making some sort of a fentanyl offer. And from where I sit, Scott, that could potentially be enough to at least get the conversation going on the tariff front.
It goes back, Megan, to the Treasury Secretary
I hope you guys
himself.
heard that. That means you have a White House confirmation coming.
Have you at this point?
That means that's where you get looking, and it's still in the same setup where you could get batted down.
Between these two countries.
Yes. Well, yeah. If it's real, it's a good step. If not, though, someone's going to say something soon. So that's it. Just watch out. We'll make the next set of plays on the confirmation. That's it. But I like the China for next week. We did that in the morning before any of this. Because the fentanyl is an extra 20, like she just said. And that's what I'm saying. If you get that out of the way, it's a good sign. It's a good step. It's even culture respectfully. It's allowing both people to come in. And now just, again, this is how you get the trade deal rolling. It actually makes sense. But I'm just worried, again, Wall Street Journal, I don't know if they're lying about it. And then I also just don't make no mistake. Trump, Bessent, all of these fools, bro, they're not going to tell you the answer. They're going to do strategic ambiguity. So that means either the White House is going to say, well, I didn't say that, we'll see, or they will confirm it. So that's what I'm saying. Wait for the next set. Wait till we find that. But generally, I wouldn't fade this in the sense that this is big. This is an important thing. If it is true. Again, we're having a credibility crisis right now. Welcome to the trade war. But yeah, this is a good step. If it's true. If. So many ifs. Because look, you're still here. This is how every rumor gets batted down if it holds. It'll pop up, hold that range, and then but if it's not good enough, and then you're right at that level. What are we up? SPY's up 2 or 1.6? Amazon. Baba. Okay, Baba's not moving. JD, Pindi. Yeah, Pinduoduo looks nice. I just don't like some of the premiums, but it's not bad. All right, is it moving? It wants to, but you're still in hesitation mode. This is funny. This is a very interesting day. But again, we talked about it, man. There's so much China shit today. And that was what was spurring a lot, so. And then you could ask how many people have been waiting for this. I found this one. They're going to try to fuck this one. I could already tell. I found a China play with the tightest spread. That's why this one's either going to be terrible or it'll work. And it has time. Yeah. I'm even saying on the stream alert, watch the spread, but then the White House may confirm it. It just may not sound as good. So that's what you just got to watch out for. But I like it still. It's a very interesting one. Oh, I need to check those other ones. Hold on. I mean, it's like this. Everyone's gonna wait for it. This one's suspenseful. I think this one's probably the most interesting one we've gotten in a while, comparatively. So I'm going both ways though too. Make no mistake. So I just added another play, and it's not bullish. So protect yourself, balance it out. If you have good gains, I'm using that to my advantage. I'm up on some shit by being too early. So now I'm going to use that to get some downside protection, because now they could smash this down. And if it does, I mean, there you go. I'm doing China related though. So we'll see. And then there's Tesla, LYV. Baba. Okay. Tesla's still ripping. Okay, now we're just gonna wait, bro. This is crazy. This is like we had that Friday. The premiums were already jacked, and then now this adds to it. But like, dude, this has already been 20, 30 minutes. Make no mistake. So it should get batted down any minute now, or we're gonna find the next set of news, bro. It's almost been 30 minutes since the drop. That's what I'm saying. So, and it's awfully quiet.
It's just on.
They're not talking about it. Yeah, they're still talking about it on Bloomberg.
We think formal restructurings will go up.
What does this mean for the private equity industry? Because you and I both know we've been sitting in an industry that has been doing this exercise called amend and extend for a long time.
I'm proud of you, Boatsky. And I don't care if you're on cult real estate.
In this environment.
But if you have time to flex it, you should have had time to post it. Come on.
Investments from 2017 to 2020.
So unfortunately, I have to ban a cult real estate member for flexing.
Earlier, the pandemic, then the rate move, and now tariffs. And you are getting to the point where
you'll be unbanned in June. But again, you guys, post your plays if you're going to flex your gains. Or tell everybody how awesome you are. We like the play when you do it, but if you didn't have time to post it,
in the main, they're not changing the course of the investment.
It was a good day.
They're going to have to recognize that.
I'm going to steal a word from Mark Rowan here really quickly. The fat pitch.
Yes.
It's a Stan Druckenmiller word too. He can't only be credited for it. What is the fat pitch you're looking for right now?
Yeah. So we have. I would characterize it as sort of three levels of dislocation. You have sort of idiosyncratic dislocation, which is a company that's facing a specific issue to their business model. There's secular dislocation, which is an industry which is facing issues that are independent of the macro situation.
Yeah, remember, the easy one. That's what he's saying. Just like I tell you, wait for the easy one. You don't need to do the middle one. You need the easy one.
To syndicated markets like we saw during the financial crisis. That is the fat pitch. That's what we're looking for. And when that happens,
how do I know you posted the play? I know you bought JFBR at $1.30.
We thank you so much for joining us here in studio
Is that
today.
true?
I know you're flying right back to
Does your
the
wife
Oaktree
work
home
as
in
a
LA.
nurse
That
at a
is
VA
Oaktree
home?
Capital
Is that
Management's
true?
Co-CEO Bob
That's how I know.
Next week, of course, we're
Every
going to be
message you
hosting
sent.
live from Milken in Los Angeles.
I have
we
it.
have a ton of names in credit and
You said,
private
what the
markets
fuck?
for you. That is Mark Rowan, the Apollo CEO, Citigroup's Jane Fraser, John Gray of Blackstone, and Katie Koch of TCW, just to name a few. And of course, we're going to get a check on these markets because, of course, we have seen a spike after that Wall Street Journal news between talks between.
Man, Bo, it's still, Bo, look at that. Even the little candles. So head on a swivel, boys. Something's going to happen soon. This is big. It's fun. The reaction's kind of small, but like this is a powder keg right now. I'm telling, like, it's like a rope that's lit. I don't know when it's gonna. So I don't know how long the rope is, but something's here. Pulled over. Well, that's good. Don't be there. I think make your plays now. The next set, just find a China play, find a U.S. play, and then that's it. We just got to wait till the White House. I'm telling you, this is a different one. But it still has, like, I don't trust. Again, I got to put on this too, not on the SPY. But something's weird about it. Can I pull the wire up? When we get 500,000 subscribers, I would love to give you the wire for free. And I would love to have non-members only. But until then, we're going to continue operating how we have been. I still think it's helping y'all. I mean, y'all are getting the info. You're still getting it. And I hope I can walk you through and eliminate FOMO and keep you educated right in the middle without having to sway. So, and then long term, bro, I mean, that's another level too. I didn't give it time. No, we have no idea. I don't even know what the White House is going to say or not. That's why it's odd. It lines up with all the headlines. That's what I'm saying. It lines up. That's why I was like, oh, shit. But at the same time, I can't trust the Wall Street Journal. I can't trust anybody with a trade headline, to be honest with you. And then just the dynamic, usually the White House is going to say something afterwards. Or someone's going to ask them, and then they're going to say, well, then we get the reality, right? Now we have our imagination. So even the confirmation could be better or worse. That's why I said, I bet you they'll confirm it. It's just not going to sound as good. Or Trump will do strategic ambiguity, or Caroline, or whoever. So you just got to be prepared for it. But like I'm saying, don't be, you don't need to be FOMO. There's ways, and we position in the morning, but there's another part of this. May 9th on everything. Every China play. I only did one weekly or one daily, but I would go next week. That's what again, if you look at the stream alerts, go look what I was saying on Wednesday about this China thing. I knew about this rumor. I was telling you all. And I knew they were going to recycle it, but now it's getting legs and it's kind of looking real. But that's why we want next week. That's why even the SPY calls this morning next week. We got it. We're leading into it. It is a kind of a front run, but we paid off. But you have to, I would think like that. No, there's no room for a daily today. There is, but that comes with a lot of risk. Because if you're wrong on the daily and we get a big move on Monday, you're going to be pissed. So it's up to you, but I would go May 9th on everything. Minimum. I got another one for June. I did another play for June too. So keep that in mind as well. Why is Airbnb's up? Well, I guess maybe travel. Joe Love, baby. Thank you, my friend. It was good. They're saying that China is willing to offer a pullback on the fentanyl to start some negotiations. It's exactly what you need, bro. I'm telling you, it's perfect. That's what makes me sketched out. But assuming this is all real, this is how a trade deal with China happens. Literally. Because now it doesn't make Trump look weak. and it doesn't make even China look weak at all because they're not doing the whole thing. Just this is a 20%. It opens up the door. That's why I'm like, it could, especially after everything we've done, it could be good. But then again, Wall Street Journal was the source. They're saying it was on record with China, and it was on record at one of the China government meetings, so that could be more legitimate. And then we got to see what the White House says. But yeah, that is generally why I'm like, this one's an interesting one. It could open up the door for the trade deals. It's not the trade deal, but you don't get the trade deal with this stalemate we had and this embargo. You couldn't do that without this. That's why I like it. But we need the confirmation right now. We're still in speculation land, if you ask me. But add that to the levels, the bounce, it lines up very, very well. We still haven't hit, remember, 5,700. Just watch that break and overshoot. And then there's the China plays as well. It's just slowly moving. Bro, high ticker's still going. We're broadening out, man. It's spreading. It's just different areas are all like getting hyped on it. So even when you're seeing stuff not move, you got to look around for that. No, 5,700 on the SPX. I don't know what it is. All right, there's your red. Hold on. I just saw a big drop on the low ticker. But if it's just dancing, but if you get real volatility or even a new low on the bonds, that'll be the snitch to the rug pull. All right, so watch that too if you're scared. I want to see oil. Yeah. Why? Oil will be another one too, Doug. It makes sense. Yeah, watch oil. Oil will probably, just for a little bit, don't hold me to this, just for a tiny bit, oil and China might be correlated. A little bit. Intel huge pop? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Well, that was fun. I can't believe we're still holding the one. I don't think you have. I can't remember the last time one of these rumors came in and you're still holding it. Think about that. So by now, I'm telling you, 30 minutes later, you live in the fucking 2025, bro. So information can move, but we haven't heard shit yet. No, I haven't seen us hold. That's why I'm like, all right, man. But we are still here. But get ready, it's the same thing. I know Airbnb's catching a bid. I'm very fascinated by that. But then it makes sense. Travel too, China, oil. Look at CF. That one had a crazy pop yesterday and then kept running. That would be tied to some of the broader stuff too. And then pizza's running. I just want that buyout offer. Come on, yalla. Capital One and Discover now. I don't know if that's related to the deal or not. Esta. Chat, hit homie with the rumor. I don't want to explain it again because I'll probably explain it in a couple more minutes. So, you know. Hey, yo, them spy calls are dropping, though. The ones I told you, either get greedy or make them free, they're down to 40 now. Again, you had almost 100, then 70, then 60. Now it's at 40, even though you're holding. Yeah, Danny got you on the headline. We're just waiting for confirmation now. Nobody has denied the rumor. White House hasn't confirmed it. So that's where we're at right now, in the middle of this. They're still talking about it everywhere, too. Okay, there's your little red. And then K-Web's just, everybody is just holding. It is a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm to dump you and confuse you, or just, that's it. make you really get FOMO. That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers already have FOMO without the confirmation of a China deal, you know? So imagine if today over the weekend and then the ships start moving, and then you're already up 15% from the low, and then this and that, and then it's like, oh no. Yep, there it is. K-Web on the first break. K-Web on the first break. Something's up. SPY is not reflecting it. Look, K-Web, somebody in China just popped. I think it might be JD. But yeah, China's the first move right now. So see, something's going to come out. And if not, as long as China keeps running though, but this is, as everything's been moving in the 30 minutes, this is the first one to break out right now. DOJ has judge to break up Google ad tech. That's another one coming in too now. Separate news, Google, DOJ. I don't think anybody cares. Okay, high ticker's still running. China already gave you the break. Where's my little daily? That daily one just staying the same. We might get lucky on that though. First energy, no. I'm just double checking. Weekly, like I said, we had the K-Webs. They're holding a good 100, but the daily's not as much. The daily's just holding because I snaked it early. But that K-Web we front ran on is fucking killing it. I thought those were going to die. That's why I sent out a stream alert early. I said either make it free or not, but it climbed another 80. There's SPY break now. Yeah, my bro, something's going on, bro. It's China. Honestly, though, that hasn't been denied yet. China's still holding. A lot of this is still good. I think the only thing, we're just going to get disappointed. That's it. If it gets confirmed, I think the only risk is disappointment if it's not that good. But you're holding and advancing now. And China leading the way. Not all of them. This is the level. 57.13 is the overshoot. So everyone has eyes on 57. Watch 57.13 if it breaks. And then, like I'm telling you, 5,800 with good trade deal, that's squeeze mode, and people are going to get pissed. So, yeah, watch for that, and then, yeah, just get ready for the next fucking headline. Okay, SPY's 50, K-Web 130. It's exciting, but just be chill. That's it. You guys, you realize, I'll just show you. I'll see you at the end of the day. I'll show you at the end. Faisal, welcome, baby. Oh, yeah, can you guys, is now a good time to ask, but could you please buy a membership? I want to ask you to do that right now. But if you don't want to hear me talk about secrets from the Bible to the stock market, don't buy it. But if you do like that, buy one, please. Okay? Because today's a big day, and I'm still going to leave in 20 minutes. So if you don't have a membership, you will be at the mercy of the wolves, unfortunately. I hate to do that to you, but, you know, we've made good changes. So make your mind up. But we are leaving soon. And thank you. It worked. Let's go, baby. Oh, dude, I got one. I got another play. It's not China, but it is China. But it's not China. Let's go, baby. Wow, even the Twitch. Horn. Let's go. Amen. Amen. Oh, James. Metal Mike. Joseph. Abby. Covert. Let's go. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. And for real, everybody who's helped make this run smooth, man, I vibe with you, bro. And just if you're vibing, I love it. I love it. Man. You are paying for Jesus time, which is very un-Jesus-like. But that's why, remember when homie said, I told you, we're not here. I'm here for you, for stocks. And I have my own beliefs. And people have been unfair with me about it, but that's okay. I'm just saying, though, make no mistake, I'm not anything but I want to keep you safe and have a long term. That is my goal. So please do it. Okay, there's Pinduo and K-Web now. More China break. Oh, and more members. Vaselina. Sweet kisses. Oh, my goodness. Noble! Sassy. Wait, that's crazy, though. Hold on. Where did the ladies come from? We just had 3 ladies. You guys realize we are only like 5% female in here. So that's very rare. But welcome, ladies. That's it. We love you and get a long term. Okay? Maybe one day if we ever we'll do like a Chad bachelorette, but I could give you the Chad facts of any man in here. So you let me know. I got you. Your whole office is listening. Are you sure? I'm going to read them your Chad facts. Honestly, that's good. Your Chad facts is clean, bro. So honestly, you a real one, JT. Nah, I thought I was going to embarrass you, JT, but nah. He had a night. He said good morning. He keep it chill, bro. Bro. Let's go, JT. And the whole office. Let's go. Oh, you broke my horn, JT. That's how hyped I was. Wow, look at all the members. Thank you, guys. Oh, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I think it'll pay off, I think it will pay off. Oh, may your weekend be in. Thank you. Amen. God bless all of y'all. And let's go long term. Remember, no FOMO, man. All day today. We could get the news. We can make money. We got it early. We're positioning, but just remember, FOMO. I'm telling y'all, keep that armor on. There's still names that are low. And we still have a confirmation. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You can't ask your Jesus question when we go to Philo. Yes, I will answer it then. Okay, get ready. China's still going. Bro, some of the plays are just still moving hella slow. All the China plays are going slow. So if you really think this is going to hit next weekend, none of them are like jacked up. It's 10%. It's because they all gapped up 100% today. You remember? So think about that. But if you really believe it, they're not moving at all. Don't ignore the day. The daily, you got it. That's next level right now. Daily, if you want to really get greedy. But otherwise, think next week. And then, like I'm saying, if they're creeping till confirmation. Exactly. So if you really want to ride that, they're not that crazy except for the gap up. So I haven't added since. I'm going to wait. I'm done, though. I got enough in there. Yo, Julian, Noble, bro. What am I missing, bro? Oh, Michael. Oh, San, RB, Corey Schultz, Eve Romps. Bro, thank y'all. Luis. God bless y'all, baby. Trapper off! Trapper. Nah, I'm going to send you, Trapper. I'm going to PayPal you all the fucking money for like 10 years of the membership, Trapper. See, that's what sucks, Nah. Because, I'm glad with the changes, but I hate when I see one of y'all and I'm like, nah. I got y'all. Anything on that, because y'all real ones, bro. Let's go. Yuli again. God bless America. Thank you, guys. Wow. So there you go, man. A lot of Chads are gifting, so y'all will be there on Philo. But please, man, can I really? Horn. Oh, it's dead. It sounds like, no, it's dead. Yeah, but for real. Oh, Meta. That's just the 600, breaking more low-key. But again, Spy hasn't gone out of here. FAA investigating 2 flights go-arounds on Thursday near Reagan due to helicopter. The horn really is. Well, yo, listen, for real, man. I have no problem banning anybody, and I think I've showed that. and you guys have seen the changes, and y'all just got gifted a lot of members. I don't want to ban you, okay? So even if we get to my Jesus moment and you don't really fuck with it, I get it. But, like, I say the F word, so I don't know. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want to ban you, okay? But I will. But, yeah, I hope y'all make the most of this. Let's work. You know what I'm saying? Let's align. Let's be in there. Let's protect ourselves and be a part of it. So I hope any new members that maybe if you wouldn't buy it, but you do have the opportunity, you know, I hope we could be friends. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to beef, fuck it. I'm down too. You know, but it's up to you. Whoa! Chopper! Already got another one on deck. What up, baby? Oh, yeah. We still haven't moved, bro. This is trippy. I'm telling you, I like this, but I don't like it. We have not moved, you guys. We have not moved. Okay, now the Babas are going up. Okay, how many people are in here? They're either listening or it's natural. Yeah, but dude, now right when I tell you, just like that UVXY day, you remember that day I was telling you the UVXYs were lagging? Well, yeah, I just told you the China plays are all lagging, and now they're not. They're still up a little bit, but yeah, it's not lagging the same way. So that just got to pop, even though no movement. So be careful now. What I just said a couple minutes ago doesn't exist in the same way. Gee, bro, welcome, T. I would sell long-term as long 20% minimum. So if you're selling covered calls, just make sure you're getting at least 20%. And then again, remember, risk-free cash rate is still pretty high. So you got to make sure you're making more. Yeah, so be careful, though. I'll tell you the next lagging. But now, there was that window when I told you that. They were, like, literally just sitting. They were, like, 5%. Now they're 20, but nothing moved. Big E. What up, baby? I mean, we're still holding, and we're waiting on the damn confirmation. I'm a Twitch girl. Don't share my place. I know Lizzie on Twitch. Woo! Let's go. W on the high and JD. Oh, I forgot about the other one. No, I got another ID. Oh, they jacked them already. Romeo. Welcome. Thank you. Got your first Bible delivered. Uh-oh. Watch out. The demons. See, that's why they don't like me. They get mad at that. Oh, no. But that's good, bro. I like it. And I hope you did it on your own accord. You know what I'm saying? For everybody. Always, bro. Be you. Be you, man. Be you. So I love it, man. Everything is just... Dude, there's so much individual moving right now. It's kind of wicked. Yeah, bro. We're going in gap. We're broadening out. So we're not moving, but it's broadening. So there's a lot of things just... And we were already 400 names up. And then we have no confirmation yet, ladies and gentlemen. Just make no mistake. This feels a certain way. We're talking a lot. There's a lot of membership hype, but there is zero confirmation. Self-admitted to rehab yesterday. That's good, bro. That takes a lot, honestly. I really respect that. God bless you, bro. You know, we were just talking. That's a mature-ass thing like we were speaking of yesterday. You know? There's sometimes you just got to say, I can't. And nothing's wrong with that, bro. And I love it. That's what I'm saying. That's a very mature thing. So good work and good luck. You got it. Intel again. Again, Wayfair, and so pretty much that other China play, there's a lot of American plays with, like, Chinese exposure, like Nike, again, Wayfair, Starbucks. There's many of these companies. Those could be another segment to go after, but at this point, I think that China lag was the opportunity, but we don't have any confirmation. I would wait now because, again, a lot of things are moving. Emotions are high. Premiums are still holding, but... That's it. This is now almost an hour of this lingering Wall Street Journal rumor. But again, usually when it's fake, this shit gets batted down a lot sooner. Still holding, bro. Okay, low ticker picking up a little more now. Yeah. So that hasn't happened. Look at even 30-second, 1 minute. There was just too much broadening. But now see what comes down. You got a candle red on China. I remember first breakout was like 20 minutes ago. That other one where he said they were the first one moving. They could confirm it after hours, yeah. 100%. Like I said, we were talking about this. We already made plays leading in. There was a lot of China stuff, but we need the details. But I was saying, at face value, any little minor negotiation with both sides putting this olive branch is a very, very good sign. But that we need it to lead to pushing the ball down the hill. That's what I'm saying. You need that trade momentum, but it's not there yet. And that's what I'm saying. This still could be misleading. Maybe it's not fake, but Wall Street Journal, again, a very misleading article just 24, 48 hours ago. And every week we have had a fake or misleading trade rumor. So that is the real worry right now. But we are going to hear about China and this fentanyl reduction and how it could open up the door is a good thing, but the real risk is that it's not really what we think it is. Okay, China's coming down now. SPY's still holding. We're just doing the broadening out. NASDAQ up 1.8. Small caps up 2.5. Oh, yeah, Oracle. It's crazy, bro. They need more time to buy options. You guys, I was telling you before, bear market rally shit, this information is going to add to things, but no FOMO. That's all. No matter what, I need you to always find the value, find the good deal. That's just the emotions. Other than that, we ride, baby. We ride. That's what I'm saying. You got to last this for 40 days. So think about it. We're day 4. So that's why I'm like, all right, well, fuck. This is fast. There's a lot going on. But just remember, be nimble. Certainty is the only thing that's going to knock you out. Yeah, Nike, again, that's what I'm saying. There's these auxiliary plays that are like China, but they're American, and they have more to gain or lose off of this. Happy Friday. Saving but want Pepsi. I like it. I do like Pepsi. Right. Well, Chattadonia, God bless Merc. And shout out to the vets. I need to go to the bathroom, and looking at the time, it might be time, my friends. I know. So a lot of you aren't going to miss it today, which I'm glad. And if you would like to be there, you'll need a membership. But we are going to be moving to Philo. So whatever happens, I hope whoever else has your back, but I want to talk about the market and God. So I have a very good one today. Even if you don't like God, you might get something practical for life. But I really am. I have another great philo, but I'm biased. I make them myself, so you know. But if you would like to join, I would love to see you there. But again, I mean it, guys, like for real. And I know a lot of people will say things and whatever, but if you got this membership, bro, use it. Let's be friends. That's what I'm saying. You want to beef? We could beef too. I'm good at it. But I really hope that we could open more doors. And like I'm saying, protect yourself. No FOMO. Get a long term. And we going to do it, baby. We have there's more than just this year. Don't forget about that. Okay? But that being said, it is time. It is time we move on. Oh, actually, hold on. I almost fucked it up. Raji. Onthosin. Wow, what a beautiful name. What does that mean? Oh, that's not even a real name, is it? That's probably like Anthony's son. I was like, I've never heard that. Anthony's son. Wow. Okay, OPEC discussing June supply hike of 400,000 barrels a day. Watch oil. My mother misspelled my name. Antasan. I love it, man. Welcome. Ramiro. Alrighty. So, I will see you guys there. It'll take you there. You just click on it. And then everybody else, I'll be back around Power Hour. But last Friday, I didn't come back on. So, if that happens again, you'll need the membership. But I should be back by Power Hour. But God bless you all, man. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. And, I hope I meet some new friends today. And I hope you like some philo. But God bless and get a long term. Peace.